na yenhwe ne ekoso ankasa e wo Ghana ha say na say na kwai say MPs ni bi wo hono ma se bi omo ho ayemfo no omo ho aye niama bi a che say nkofo e kan ye be say ye rank MPs no kra na ye rank I say ye hu say wan e na beto soro wan na beto last na nkofo e ka che say Sam George dey say ye rank MPs ne e wo mu say the NDC has been in government for just 10 months na so no kra de nka ye kan a Mayen kind in Kahune Bayer Punka, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, on fire no non cotton and say, you may be an OD. I didn't think Uncle for Ekasa will get into the details of it and say there are a lot of reactions from not only all Ghanaians but particularly no members of the NDC. I honorable Sam George in so a dom or muko ninti. Ama baby I BC basa out to miss a pano why shepa and say eja and Uncle for ebo edi ebuno so now. Let's take it right from the very onset. Na ye fanu die edi kan ya nyina ye nim say Sam George obi ana beginning no ana somewhere tamomo opposition no na oyobi o championing LGBTQ bill no that anti LGBTQ bill no say na be ya ye beka ho asem e wo parliament na Ghana aban etumi edi ho asem ne ye nkire say ye mpaase anama ye mpaase e wo oman yi mu na nanse ya okohia reporter bi e wo ba bi e na reporter ne bisa no question na say no all answer reporter no na nkofo say oh what den kwa na ekoso etimo den be no ana say ahantan dwe ben so e na abehye papa yi hu ye nko ne enkohwe sa video no producer me pacho I want my audience to see what is actually going on na fe de ye ba about to uncommon so. Jata. Yes, sir. Some fees. Aye. How we? Nyamiado. Charlie, be able to. Hey, now we are with the camera. See me. Demanding for LGBTQ bill to be passed. Como demandei. For those of you who probably didn't hear the conversation that was going on between Sam George and a reporter no nani nyina ase ene say reporter ni bisa say eno ntio honorable wa champion LGBTQ hu nsem bebre mre bi etwemu na ne moma wa ba ban mu na kwai te ye nte wonka eno nti dan na wo ya fa nkofo say sa be ona say sande ba parliament na honorable Sam George say nkofo na omo kan say yen san fambra parliament no kona ko ka chom kona ko bisomo na nkofo say eh now papa utumi sebi utumi to fonza ani o now your minister of parliament do san so ye obi nso a ukita minister of communication and a digital technology ni ade ni nyina eche minister of communication na wo communicate say and NDC for nso say TikTokers bi almost the say trom so no kra ne say nansen ya organize a TikTok event be for TikTok education. It was on the 15th of October. Now Anka inviting conform on some NDC communicators, TikTokers, almost some content creators almost maybe a tremono, almost use platforms no for campaign, almost use data for campaign. Ebo mo dia men NDC ababe moi. Now one about Sam job event why invite who MPP for and OBC sadia na invite na ba ku bi wom ye fe no kwesi official. Osi on Sam George no omo ye gay partners sebi omonima enyame na meka nipa no na kan osi omo me no omo ko mutibom na sebi wenima omo ye turumu yankwa ne nkotie se ne no nso ekoye na afa de ye ba ye beto aso
gay ni minister Sam George gay ni minister gay ni Sam George wo ye gay ni wo gay partner ni kwesi official wo gay partner ni kwesi official Sam George wo gay partner ne kwesi official na wo mpayimfu aba kwesi official ne se ni munyanse kwesi official se kwesi wani official no one ne se eni munyanse Sam George wa bodam Sam George what bodaman kasa me ko fa wo ma me twem afro wo hanu kwasi asene wo musuma afro wo statistic nyansa enye wa wunni no se ko ka kire wo ma me no papa se bembesi nko kasa nkire no ko ka kire wunni no se fa kwasi afiri akwa ko no adwen sa group ni yedi yana bodam Sam George what bodam what bodam Sam George gain ni bema gain ni minister Sam George gain ni minister gain ni Sam George uye gain ni u gain partner ni kwesi official u gain partner ni kwesi official Sam George u gain partner ni kwesi official na wo mpayimfu aba kwesi official ni se ni munyanse kwesi official sa kwasi one official no onene se animunyam se Sam George what bodam Sam George what bodam ankasa me ko fa wo ma me twem afro wo hanu kwasi asene wo musuma afro wo hanu Sam George se NDC fo na ye wo social media ye nyanipa ya ye wo ichese NDC for na ye wo social media ye nyanipa NDC for ye wo social media ye nyanipa NDC for ye wo social media no ye nyanipa ye moa Sam George kwanya ndo be for social media and be dwane wo frɛ kwasi official on be kire ne campaign ye ma NDC kwasi official no di dwo Mahama atem wo cassette ya dwo Mahama kwasi official no cassette ya dwo Mahama Sam George uye gay ni bema obodam yembe ye wu adwuma yembe ye nkwase adwuma ni wo na ni monyansa ba fa kwasi official fani kochia kwasi official nkwani ya TikTok ani ni kwasi official no konto kwa ma NDC oje adwuma de ma NDC kwasi official ye campaign ku ye campaign ye adwuma de ma po NDC no ni sam ya kwasi official so one no je benko no jenifa kwasi official no jina benko no jina nifa ene wahunyansa e be frɛ kwasi official wahunyansa e be frɛ kwasi official wo be frɛ kwasi official woni ma NDC ni bia wo social media chese NDC fo ye wo social media ye moa NDC fo ye wo social media Sam George ye nyanipa wo benu Sam George duma de bedu wo social media ano Sam George kwasi official duma ye ma NDC wo be yatre yeti social media no so ni kwasi official be dinto Mahama atem ene wo animonyam sheba wo de akoma kwasi official oye gay ntie ye nye gay oye gay kwasi official ye gay nye ni ye gay ye de ni nyansa ye moa ni ye so ya betina social media ni ye defend the party no ni nyansa ye moa ni ye so ya betina social media ni ye defend the party no animonyam sheba no ntu pe so chese oni ma NDC fo bia wo social media Sam George wo pe so chese oni ma NDC ni bia wo social media Sam George wo pe so chese oni NDC ni bia wo social media kwasi official no ni Sam George dia si wram ni bebu no dia aye si wram Sam George ni bebu no chese ye ni nyansa ye ni nyansa ye ni ya ye ni abetina social media ho na animonyam sheba wodi akoma kwasi official chese kwasi official no ne sefata animonyam Sam George kwasi official no wonne ne sefata animonyam kwasi official ne se animonyam wahu kwasi official onne ne se animonyam kwasi official onne ne se animonyam ye de ni nyansa Sam George uye gay Sam George uye gay papa ye wo position se se na si too gay for so sa ye papa wadi asen wetima ka Sam George wo minister of communication wo fa NDC fo ye wo social media nyahwe ebe jiwonsam Sam George ebe jiwonsam ebe mo se ye nipa o Sam George ye nipa ye mre ye nwuku ma bi mbekeka Yeti Ghana ha kwasi official bedi dwa Mahama atem. Yeti Ghana ha kwasi official good dwa Mahama animas. Yeti Ghana ha kwasi official bo akutie mo kutie diti dwa Mahama Sam George. Wu ni nyansa cheni bia. Wu ni nyansa se ye ni nyansa. Sam George ye ni nyansa. Ye ni tese je ni ndie a ye de kasa o social ye ni ndie. Kwasi official ni ndie cheni Sam George. Dwie si wura bebu no. Ne ncheche bia wona fe Sam George wo ba ye wo so wusu nya we so wusu nya we di aduma no tinye ye 10 months nye Minister of Communication aduma ba ne Sam George waye Sam George wo betina wo be ye minister of Communication
abusia we de mo fan chayo we de viewer and our listener discretion is advised it's sense mama ne kan ye de me nim evidence a owo mpo a che say odi sinebo kan otimi say oye live na se no na opro sansem bonyina edigu ye pa kire say ansem ni bi emu kwa edu mintumi nka adabi o si pete no nka Sam George nka frefre nkofo mu NDC pete ni mu nanso wan frefre mo na che say de etwa ne nso no kwa ne say wakọ invite nkofo a TikTokers a wakọ invite kwesi official so de aka ho kwesi official no initially no according to Mahama no allegedly no ono oyobi a wa insult John Dramani Mahama wa ya na menne John Dramani Mahama benya akonya atena so na se wo so Sam George benya minister bi dia na ene wo be ana TikTokers ana content creators a anka kwesi official yobi anka se wo to nsa de friend na eno ene oba no nso ne de okan ye na yenko enim ayeko enim fufuro nso ana je say another NDC communicator no nso de odimi se we de aha ne pa o si honorable Sam George ba ye kwa se awutu mekokura na mekona anu nya ya o si honorable Sam George ba ye auto data 150 cedis within 1 week mpo nduru o si honorable Sam George ba ye ono no si oye DSTV commando ni nyine ajiri ye hu hwe o say after 3 months no December no sa reduction no o say promotion no and DSTV for the Ghana for enche ye be samba back to sender enti enye bibia Sam George ye was our office on enti be ya on shine in the eyes yenko tie say no nso kan 75 ye ba ye beto us
about this issue of Minister of Communication Sam George. Sam George is a minister that is not performing well. And you know, just a minister not performing well. That's all bad. Say, how the ministry ni be disrespecting. Party full soldiers are. Me ya woman I gonna be less bothered about it. And family was because on one on wasa. Obi enim say wochie. Na Mr. President nti ana ya ma bonte mekasa no. It is a Minister of Communication Sam George after TikTokers. No akwa for anti-NDC, anti-Mr. President. Everyone akwa tena sia. What is ne one saying? Mu refi say mbre bi omuko ba bia Mr. President gina wa ono nko tena sia. Na me was Mr. President e bonu mani so original wo. Me say wo be o mi inbox mu. Masa Minister of Communication Sam George or the promotion due ebeka che say on the DSTV before akwa negotiation na o matati DSTV so a obetu future egu Ghana for the intelligent people action no also fighting for consumers rights of DSTV consumers say reduction in price yanka say promotion some reduction in price dey win 3 months this year DSTV for bejai Minister of Finance no DSTV for Nigerian prices forgetting that Nigerian population is 10 times bigger than Ghana. That the demand and supply there no they're considering now in pricing into here there Nigeria and Ghana for it to be the same price than Minister and I bet respected TikTok for many brenna Minister KG when you credit him say oba on your she na want me so yes Mr. President Mr. President best Mr. President obekofi all frequency official ni priest we ma disrespecting Mr. President disrespecting NDC time any abra see how ye kontokwa ye chechire nsem ye ka manifesto chenkro for say yes what say content creating is there brofua do we have some of the NDC TikTokers that are good in English and are very intelligent and can digest pertinent issues DSTV deadline here 31st December actually January when you we wo oba ye onko aba ye to bundle na asa onko be Minister of Communication Sam George onko be Minister of Communication auto bundle and do 1 minute kra na asa and I tell to go claim to me nyina so onko be Minister of Communication Vodafone krampo auto Vodafone kra network kra nya adwuma na me make sense yes say why disrespect NDC for TikTok na o mani abre Minister where one son will cheer, want him the left and right for ministry on. And then it's the Mr. President Pemana, Wabba Pamono, on your Pamono on Ambo, your permanent office on Ampono, and say Mumma, some George and Yadia Manemo headache. And you don't see Mr. President, Yadia Mumeka. What I see, Mr. President is on the lighter notes. I may catch show. Some Mr. President saw maybe 2028. What constituency was I MPP Nino? You people boom be my MPP Nino. Near share was said TikTok here powerful. And never say a Vincent, MPP ni Vincent, a catcher youth, MPP youth, they say, or mun share NDC for youth near what TikTok and the way the no more the same thing. A bear wins when ye Sam George when ye and say, why sit down and work well? Why? Sit down at that ministry and work well. Because you are doing nothing there. It's very sad that you would buy a 150 CDs bundle and it cannot even take you up to 1 week. It's very sad. That is what is going on in the ministry.
Abusuayan twaso na ye twaso ana chese ye call the office of the Attorney General na chese wuntumi chairman wuntumi na no then na e cost ye nyina ye nim say akonta mining deal. He has been cautioned and answer your friend for illegalities be enunti no Attorney General pa chere say wuntumi ne lawyers buy for plea deal nanso ono I reject this plea deal no pacho producer put on the screen say my na enkofo hu baby asa quote ne kwa free na yen reading farmer your audiences enti ye kan na che say Attorney General nsem odi abetu dwa no o say offers for a plea deal were made in the Wuntumi case, but I turned them down. Where Dr. Dominic Anyini or no any Attorney General no patche say Wuntumi ne lawyers ban in chain send a baya on come to me a futu near maybe a gusu no more kika shabin or tebi de good and sooner a semna ya the abedan court no and I said abedan or no Attorney General no on tina asem no so ma asem no court ma ye mfa no kre en 2 year no ntino ensem no mo de ba no wa reject say plea deal bi ani ho no ma obedi atum eno na wontumi nso lawyers nso aba no maka say Attorney General daben na yen ba say ye beji plea deal na wa mfa ma ye nti omo so ma refute the case no yentie ensem a ono nso e de ba ye the lawyer of chairman wontumi nsem ono nso prugu ho
na wuntumi so de onya public official enti e ba se na ye di ora honkomo a ye de bo wuntumi di hum na me se a minti asem di akire ye te ya ye se wuntumi aba for plea bargaining and Attorney General say onye enti no wuntumi per plea bargaining dia on famra court den mu wadaroma eye wuntumi case ni mu ne ye wo he na wo kopem plea bargaining ni
Emini amidasi detika michao tiefo nina na the woman say the crabby nim say in any of the cases that the mount we involved no ya call say ya compare plea bargaining and then cre and ye bibiasa na sisi no court case na wo court na sa so ni gena say on fara in kratari na di semina mra obigina so there prosecution enti no ne ekwa no so beba ama esi egina so na yakwasha trial na se na unim se trial no omo fale omo discovery no me lawyer for the accused person me no start cross examination enti ese all omo witnesses no go through cross examination na omuwie no mkusu case ya afi answer na yefese omutimi establish bibi esisi ya no na say otherwise so omutimi establish bibi esisi ya no say be file submission of no case na ye move na say court no ni ya bia say case na wi otherwise because bibi o say esisi ya no ni ya no na baby ewe dia omumfa discovery no kure mai empo yakọ case management conference. Na case management conference sometimes they do one more bit me aka say dia based on the evidence.
abusia anu nti yenyina ye ni makonta mining deal la nansia NDC4 eba aban mu no yenyina ye TB ai MBB for mu sorry o Ghana for mu sorry o Ghana for mu sorry o eno mu ene ye de kwachiche ma wontumi ne di kan ena afere ye gya no ye ma no be o mani ko fie na eno echi ne ye sanso asan frɛ no esan echi no nti frɛ na ye frɛ no second one ni mu no na chese ne tintini ne tietie nyina ne se sa akonta mining deal no ye hu ne ama bi ewo mu a ye kata hyehyɛ Jurim any proye bi ewo ho no ma Attorney General said there be ensa se ekoba ne sa enu ntie se oba no be yi nsem bi ano na ne lawyer senso eba ne be defend no se ne be ya ebetumi di yie atuye for the purpose of transparency enti no na ne nyina etire no na ono wu ntumi no nso ebo ne homodin a yesanso e di asem no ekodan court se osanso pebe o esan di akofie na no nso court e ma ne ho kwan se no problem ontia sika se na afede on fan kofie na no koye no na chese eneno Attorney General aba bontin ebe kase eye wuntumi ene ne lawyer for aba se omunya ya nkomo benya sa plea deal ni bi esan se recently there was a case about Mr. Dufour na ono no dia na Attorney General de man no 60-40 na sa 60-40 na just to meet ya an amount of money be na just say ni aka no so yes say waboegu na wenya ni ti edidi mu nti no eno na ye chema wontumi ne lawyers hu ye na ne lawyer odi asem no enim kan no mranim for andi apia kubi ono na ye te ne se o kasa no na ye besansa kwotie lawyer biom na ne nchireche mu na ode to ho ede amaye no ye nya no pefe nti enche eno nso ye be ko ho na afede ye kwako hu ensem ana o kana opa chese wontumi de there be asem ni nyina mpo no wa pleading not guilty enti ebe ne sen na obi a wa pleading not guilty to the charges no ene wa ba Attorney General nchen say Attorney General mame plead deal there be enkoba ne sa se oko na se oka se ope plead deal ana chese na onim hu bia na se waje atum se ene ne hu bom mu nti yenko tie se ne a eye nsem no ekoye lawyer enso adi nsem no eto ye andi apia kube ono ene ye lawyer ogine mu edema chema wontumi
Osai Minister for Justice in that mandate as Minister for Justice ekwa wo say we say atentimi ebeyejuma enti no so gina court na so bi wo na o evidence bi kura so the boa prosecution na emra said say so the ba enti bia based on that strength no ni mandate no and a person ono invite you say emra for pribegi bia e dey bia na no and now say or send the signal say that facility is there which we know already say about say necessary but so far the my own TV only for almost so far in so bia my the boboni kwedu enti no enye no kwe so bia ko ba bi say eko plea for baggage no enye no kwe
Adaromo ebia na oye chema untumi lawyer there but ebia na ono ane Attorney General din komo no ne wabisa o client no say ono anko ya na onsumo bi anko e
me the first na me say be train me be say information we no be na nkwewe no bi chema untumi ka che me say no kwewe ni so ye bibia ta onko si Attorney General bia enti ono akwa otie ne ni mama enti me tunu gina ni mwaka na mwaka say chema untumi onko ye sa application enti bibia say ni ho
lawyer yeah adwuma ma chema untumi say nsem bi say ne amaya ye worried kakra na kamia ko say asa aban no atunani asi untumi so because anytime I should be bia emfa untumi nkra ho a ese ye peno ne ye ne hyemu no ne ade in the attempt say ibegun hu fi ibegun animu ase ene se kwan bia be fa so ye ne batum bia no bia de ne batum sa na mu hu no
mi hu ne se Gamrasi. Eti Kebauntumi to send a minimum to ya say Attorney General na prosecution who say another Nagimu to say a Fusubia, a crown hotel, Imubia cocotte. Mimi who say Kebauntumi na Attorney General, I be here to say I am from Subia said local court. I normally would not want to think of politics in the case because me who every case assess is a separate project from the other. And next time I won't be an accused person. I see him only as an accused person in this matter without including any political intentions and motives. And media means unmechanum. Name say Obiwo Adinfuphobia or Nonedia. And I don't want to also mix my criminal my legal practice with
Abusia Nunti, I Kennedy Japan campaign spokesperson and so I reacted to this particular issue and all patches say then qua and also with regards to a attorney general yes and so no and kono president and attorney general kan ko be sakeno amana kofi san say why what do you mean say obi aba say obeye plea deal la o say ma reject na be ye kwa osan so de futu obi e de ma attorney general ne say on fi social media na asem no so odi a on koso no nye nejuma no ni ne nsem nya sa that chibi no ye be born asem na ya ka say oh attorney general you obetna so dia he is the worst that has ever been in the history of Ghana yenko tie say no so e kan ne nsem esify
one other a year kan ko say ya me wanwa and if I was the president I would have sacked him today was so want to meet the plea bargain by the plea bargain were rejected. Now these are my two arguments on the plea bargain thing. One to me is not my fan. I mean there is no way now no make on radio station come out mama so he's not my fan. He's not somebody on any day I'll be defending him. But facts are facts and facts are sacred. On one side, you know, when on my no phone issue, who plea bargain of 60%. Jackie also the phone here or the plea bargain 60% about in the fan channel. Let's assume hypothetically, someone to me offer on my $10 million. And the guy says, I'm bringing you your $10 million. The AG is able to look into your face, catch and say, or the ban I'm saying, who secure conviction and no man in the scale. You get the logic. Nobody is saying you cannot secure conviction, but it is not wise. Say it is not wise to say. Obi say, oh, plea bargain na OG bimunanu ya Ato Forson mo dia o mai ene saglemi yenmudie Dauda mudie. How many cases no ba cancel? You were able to stop certain cases as ongoing. Bank of Ghana papa yotiwi. Ne how many cases financial loss said na pending about between. You will cancel all these things. We are marketing say, oh, Ubeji $21 billion. How $21 billion or when I say, and will be bar, oh, before the plea bargain in bar, or not the 60%, 40% hacker they are tested. Nobody even know what the 60%, the composition of the 60%. Oh, only the intermediate, but assume to me is charges an offense. Okay, what if the AG goes so to secure conviction? No lose case and so or court. Assuming say want to make also may brought $10 million and not $20 million. Then you go to court. Also won't court now go lose case and so you've caused financial loss to the state. This is the public persecution, public trials. No, that is not how a senior lawyer acts. Or wasembia on found court and let the court deal with it. Unco justify no the whole assem in a court of competent jurisdiction. No one just all run people down. And that's how people.
Nunti lawyer kwesi kwati so no so de ne dia aba no de futu de ama attorney general no say attorney general emara oba be di attorney general kwa na cases bebre wo ho no ma there were ongoing cases sa cases ni nyina utuguye oro be hye say ho hia na ni nyina achi nu nim say sebio eye ka na wo pede ama Ghana mayana. In fact you are causing financial loss to the state and also you a senior lawyer. Inti senior lawyer so den kay ye nya ya de sa ye nya nyama papa se ne be ya omo so omo ba no mbetimi esua bibi efi wo nchen enti e be ya se case no so de be court e fa case court na kodi wo ho na ene press conference ochina press conference na je say social media na wo trend ene wo kan say ochina wo kan say yes na e ma wo validity ene wo fidelity a wo di ejuma no say e ya attorney general na be very questionable and opa che say be ya e na wa hwesa ne ama ni nyina e san say e mo Ghana na emfa mpuntu obi anso embre Ghana e san say ye ka eka bubro na ode ma oman ni nyina ya kire no wonso wobaje o salary wobaje o pay dem wobaje wa allowances as I say wuji nyina at the end of the day no so wan fa so bia amba Ghana for enu nti ebe ya sorry otuso na afede ye juma na fa boa Ghana na yen call the next update aye call the next update na che say yen nyina ye name presidential flag bearership race so between the NPP na omo edintre ha omo so ayenti omo nkanzo yenti omo nkana bako edin bako a che say no so epia or see people are pointing fingers at him propaganda no say no so edu ne su ni bi ene obeti ne yesi o Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nam hawa ko kan say ene yesi Kennedy Japan camp omo so mo kan say e de etia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na so ene de ban ne champion so say omo kan sem bi de afa ne ho sansem na omo kan ye nturo bebre na ni nyina mpo ye nturo o si ni hu ko adwiri no na insem ni nyina fa fertilizer bi ho a ese sa fertilizer na ye distribute yenko tie se no no aka ni insem si fa ye ba ye be kire wase.
I have heard 3 propaganda against me. 2 that they are pushing in, well, 3 of them they are pushing on in the Upper West region. That I didn't bring fertilizer to Upper West, and therefore we lost the election. But if it is fertilizer that we're going to win the election, then all we have to do is to just buy fertilizer 6 months to election and distribute. Nobody can tell me that we won 2016 because of fertilizer, we won 2020 because of fertilizer. But that even aside, everything that was supposed to come, there are 2 people that were giving fertilizer. Local Ministry of Local Government, Natoshi, was bringing fertilizer to the assembly. The dry spell fertilizer for Upper West, every single one of them came to Upper West. Every single one of them came. Every single one of them came. When the fertilizer gets to Upper West, I am not responsible for its distribution. Once you pick it from the supplier brings it to Upper West, the person responsible is the parliamentary candidate and the DCE. Look, the night before, the day of voting, because they wanted to smuggle it. Because they wanted to smuggle the fertilizer. The fertilizer was not sitting with me in my warehouse here in Accra. It was not sitting with me. And the number of bags of fertilizer we brought to the Upper West region, nobody in any year has bringing that quantity of fertilizer for the dry spell. Nobody. It was sitting with you. And then you say that you can't share it. I don't understand. Fertilizer, the day of voting, even if it came the morning of the voting, yet it came months before the election. We have everybody, if I come to that, I'll come to everybody's constituency. And I will show when the parliamentary candidates received their fertilizer. Everywhere. We have the data. But I'm saying that if it didn't come, it's one matter. But you all saw the fertilizer in Upper West. Is that not the case? If that is the fertilizer, when the NDC came in every constituency, they went and locked it up and took over. Why did you not share it? It is not me. It was with you.
Abusia no nti ora ban ne champion ese ono ne ho son onye bone bia na fertilizer simple ye ka ho asema na chese ye de aba e ma ono nso abone ho modern se enka ne warehouse enu nti Oma cast ebe fire ede call Upper West any other constituencies any other regions inti abane say no ye kan say ma ye de no ba begina so eda ya propaganda ye de atwena se say ne be yankofo eye ne delegate omodo no ankom betumi ato aba ama no no so aba flag bearer no ye de kan sansem we de discourage omo no se there be insem ni nyina no kwa bakokwa mpo ennim no ko anya local government onye DC ni onsanso onye MP nti eba ne sen ene no ye point these fingers at him or patch say fertilizers be rise say ye hu say ebia na mpanimfo a ekodi omonsem ewo form ho no anase bebia ye frɛ ho say grassroots no omo hold fertilizers anase omo di sieye say ne ebe ya omo nim say elections ebebe yo omo nim the state of affairs say NPP for be renew so omo renew na ebia omo di sieye say ne ebe ya eno no be bie kwan ana omo benya bibi e de omo ho atwere so say whether there is a lose or a winner that you omo hu de omo be ye and I see when you know he is never to be blamed. And I see they can't fertilize and poor. And you fertilize and poor the man go for lose elections. So nanka senka fertilizer and a so be winning and no be lose elections. And then come in better. NDC better. NPP better. Now they do December. I ever do about 1 million. Then they'll be so de no be or that fertilizers nibi. Then the omache e dey make you for instance no and a basis for winning an election. No, see this is never a base. I don't think sansem no more can say be useless. Nyansa bi anim nti be omo ntontwene. Na momo sanso e be defending who ebiom with regards to insem fofo no so nkofo e ka say and also can who and NDC MPP for di ncho e wo 2024 elections ni mo no say o and also won ho asem bi e ka yenkotie na yemra.
Obeko prison. Yenye ni sa. That ye tie ni say ye di fertilizer no eba district ni mu. Na se one buy and a woso a. Na ni cheku no. Eja wo de wo agba ko tuturi no kakra. Age say omanfo no ebe hu mobo. No man fa go so na about the money. But in terms of its accountability and responsibility, it's not in your hands. It's not in your hands. That is really how it is. It's as let it be. It's quite simple. Let us not be ground. A chest of fertilizer and yet be hot a year a bar. I'm out for the year propaganda. Then Tiawa. On your couple already was a my and yes, I will be supporting me and now supporting me. Now, the prayer will a hot one, Yanka. And yet, once and I may buy a for sending my Mahama, my fertilizer, and so much are in you, and you are two biso, and you are saying, Abraham Yakasabin said, and yet no prayer. No prayer woman is saying, yeah, the fertilizer ever said a draft. Now, fertilizer they buy, yeah, the assembly. Assembly no problem, yedema a great directories. Say omunya day, omunya. Ya found parliamentary candidates. If you say the ordinary seeker and tour fertilizer no October, November, and the prayer no. Now your World Bank. Now World Bank for FN funding dry spell no. And bra you dear Bruna. Ama. And your World Bank the best for your silly. And no, this fertilizer the buyer say you are make careful. It be true by October, November. And a fertilizer a buy. That's our World Bank fertilizer. The young said me Dr. Jambo. Me give me payment in your fund. Send me charm a parliamentary candidates. To let us name free Ministry of Agric Ebayana. A chief director no brand or science letters no and the Directorate of Agriculture what a Jurassic 17,000 bags. Any allocation, 5,800 bags of urea, and 11,000 bags of MPK. And on allocate here any more in Jurassic Masia. Ya allocate and Alpha parliamentary candidate. And that is
Ebusia enunti ora Solomon Owusu nso ede nsem bi abetodwa concerning Attorney General expose scandal bi or expose concerning the buffer stock ayefe no the buffer stock scandal no na brantie bi anidi edi mu akotene pa Hanan Abdul Wahab na one ne wife Faiza Seidu Wuni yesi omumienu oma komutia boma oma yomo to say Ananias ene Safira and oma bom homoden pa edwiri sika Ghana sika by 78 million Ghana cedis na eno ye hu baby afa ebi wo hono ma omo de atotototo ejapade en cars ebi companies ene nkeka hu bebre eno na Solomon Owusu a kire na adwen afa de Attorney General aye no pa che se Attorney General wa ya de ye bon nsema we twa opuru se koso na ye ne sa na wo wi a men gina ho men wi adwuma na wo ye na wo sa buffer stock honom no pe uwi asan fato aso ko ECG ko NABCO na ko ni akeka nka hu nyina esanse MPP fo no o ma ye de on be ye pa ye nko ni nko tie se no no nso o kire na asem esifae
I say we dem ti sa sha se bi me pay intro now be that here because the Ghana for no ya we see we aye the last 8 years in fact mo mu ya credit so mo ya the real say ye gongo ji scandal so bi so mo ti ase we aye ana ye di aban aba bi si o ada ban no so eba abemu because no no so no see we no the year campaign I know this say nyina ebo se me ba me no say we amu me kwa akogigi sika no ni ana say japade bi obudi sika no koye no amoma no tie ana Ghana for hwe ho eto aba ma wo che bum omo ba ye no mo de ose o ma status person mo de oyo ana Attorney General obrifie o start here no obrifie na kro no ma ye de boss sem na work and any musem akase breaking news o si so ana ye hu say ya se boss pa da meja wo se mu kena ma because ya wa so mo wi aye omo aye de omo share politics asia na de omo de be ta kra oni no ene wakoto down airport enye dan na wato na ye obi ya ana bibisa o ene wa bo ho mode ayi wadwuma no wato me ba be mo me busa kra o kra na me so me etuma na mo yi ba wonu mu de ye ni wo ketua ye ni so mu ni business o ba bia by that to say ma o position da no ana mo start so mo to Japan na say sika eye me no mie no to a ye tua na wo di sika 7 tra onye di the Attorney General Charles na no mo fa kire na mo no mo acquaintance mind you politics in the aye no kruma se sia ne say ye wo ya ne so courtism ye wa MPP for a what the same squad wo NDC mu to mo bo no abehye front line mu to na asem ba wonka chankofo na nke ya ma Attorney General jai press conference oya ya wo jai no mo start ekoye demonstration e wo street say ye tata o mo ni ni o ma na because ata na wa mbodi o mo se bi ankoso ada waba bi yiwe ya dey atu anan o ba MPP politics na melitia pa oni kapre ba fasto
odi kapre na wahwenya myenim aduane a o se ye de koma nyanka mebunu bi onu mu a okọ secondary school na ofo kro dru nyahwe mo ma no that time no enye enkwara nko a obi akọbọ besia supply aduane ama ba fasto ye ntua ne kan isu basic inkrata de bebrebe di no okọ anu aka chi osisi kenyo se na mo o divert fa wona oyere na phenomenon bi e ba o mo side ne de sa ban etwenu okunu wi anu no ne yere ka ho
collabo
yes alongside we from alongside China are you ready this is a remit from Hana alongside Faiza yeah the brother is there no
That's a very fine deal.
I think they are fine deal.
Maybe a company.
Okay, Eduwai. Oh,
and then you used to be actually.
Yeah, I don't know why husband and wife.
So that is the strategy they adopted, though.
And Attorney General Ababe Chicho. Now, the other women said, what to me pinpoint a Japadia for this kind of Attorney General may say, catch you, Obi Biara, O to Vusa Mema press conference on Boyi. As I say, the moment I would assemble court, Attorney General file charges for court. A public document, that's why I press conference. That's what they don't know. I can go to the court and they'll give me a copy of it. But Ghana for the was saying the Behuse, and I said, better say the same way.
Court.
And then the war, war broadcast, do a problem, and I said, well, because I won't see any assistant.
Yes.
I bet you my day, actually, you know. Sana Hana, so lawyer, so quarter, or Becca say, Menyasa, and also the press conference already, or you Thomas Pa, or more made microphone, no more country, and say, and yes, I tear, you bet you call to me under, or be uncle goody, and yes, I chair, no, I bet you acquire fast quarter $1.6 million home chain a dino. Say buffer stock, or start here now salary of 14,000 Ghana City. I would be 28,000. Or the young father said, was started with 28,000. We yeah, we chief for money more, young mathematics.
What are in 30 crab?
What are your mouth? I like a young 30,000 no times. If I said 12, you say 360,000.
Times 12.
Times 12,
3.6 million.
The advantage would be about 8 years. And you 2.8 million Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
2.8 million. Then they go do $1.6 million. And then back. And we are back. I take a one. People, it is there. Yeah, they give you a dose. Oh, yeah. Now, mono movies are going to answer. And that back, I tell him, see, what can you when Libya say, when you come to the crowd, and to me to home jail. Now, what about 600,000 a year autonomo, Bocanto Messi, and also Okunya says Canoe. What about Tamale, sir, a hotel, 70 year autonomo, $250,000, and Oscar Yan. What about the Jolian autonomo, 4.1 million Ghana in Unia Scanway? What about Asasi autonomo, 307,000 Unia Scanway? So you see, say a cast as a way, that's a woman fool. Now we better also a lawyer now semantics a lawyer for the structure case we don't know. Mona mo boaba krono koso. Na chese clearly what BTA insider trading on the northern regional manager obuka boom. Akwa here e no kan okre. So ti wa anye onya aduma kro we raise invoice credit ya transfer
scam no.
Now wo young man. Ye ti aye yanka but now pussy down the MP. Now ko the akoshe parliament. Je Sana scholarship secretariat.
And they are Kakosha ho.
We are yes, short senior man, we are parliament. I was a shame, Rama Minu. Are you not concerned? His scholarship secretariat and Attorney General so young woman. Now your car, yeah, many dear we a lottery swallow, tell lottery swallow here.
And then the honor.
And then the honor. And the Bugam. And no ye Mugamu. I also Attorney General told us because you could tell information. Now, buffer stock crab budget say, and a JPF and a lot of
buffer stock.
Now, diabetes ECG no. Why you come and when you never start check actually former administration. Now, you want one. Is the reason why na point is in status of
yes.
It's answer or creating impression more say obedient to me focus. And the lawyer started so or packet court. He was appointed judges from the second court to the Supreme Court. The shame sa and when body almost say look, Maria man. Or we no say okay, say to from Kranwa. Me kwa kosesam branim na me the idea of the pre-bag so there. Aba. And told you say judges require to phone who say yeah, you bet you kwa negotiate. Satan more package can go. And you don't know, Obi Abeka just on in your connection. Good. And it's a me, oh, your connection good. I don't know the empha. That is where how you were treated to. That's all the back of secondary school last over the weekend, but the back of school. Now, boarding a boarding house with your mother. And send ye a 1 year. Now we flew up and now, but it is same. ya fire saa sika we ya na ya utu se nipa nye ye so wicked abeg ma ye didi hu ye didim
exactly
wo mu di o ma ba be di aduma nim o ma be di o ma ndi utu so man spirit ko from I'm telling you o man no wo hye obi a wa ye do wo ni sika wo ni bia kofo a baby o betina e won kra ha any regional capitals e da dwene no you have no idea obi rent so say ye this SK nyina sisi adan adanka ye de egigi no ayi kura ye de teto on kakra say ke nipa benya bia da
yeah
ba hanan wo nko aba be fa akoto prime properties property bi no to ya e wo be fun prime
na tamale dia no kura na nenam ho ayi neboa de dem say ene na tamale ho no
na ma omochi no
tamale ho no siminya sa value ni dia
hotel no okwa me do tamale mre bi no mo ka kire me say me ko ye program stage your taxi drivers 4 e ga ze Mr. Usu omo di ga de me ko aban sa ase a ya cha ma ho nyina enti eno ana to de general ka say omo aye landlord che me say no mo fa nya to onko tamale inside government lands no omo chefai taxi driver ana na kire me ni nyina me land economy jibe now for the lands commission ala me free obi o mi mo ne di no say asem na taxi driver the air can and the creator do o ma chafa na hanan dan ya hotel ya ka wa say on dey no okọ a no dey fresh car na ma kokọ ba ku gina o di yo mahi na tamal for necessary okọ pusiga side wa on bet your brand new dan ya wo dey less than 2 months here because of election ewo and be say abraham dey try picture from them. That was how they use your money and my money. And it's buffer stock on Kwano.
Buffer stock on Kwano.
Na ye kwa kushemu bia ye de tienya ye national service de enke ye 548 million. Sa ye dinam krum. Na on the country ye biwa ye 2.2 billion. Hey! Na mo so mama give to war say 10 million bill. Na ta ye man say 2.2 billion no enipa kuma be 3 for afska no eh e dey say na mo ni eke o ma no se ebufu anunti atoni je no prosecute wa no gift ne esibensu bonya wa na isase no ye be boa ye be to go for gum na adani nyina monye ma o ma no ehia me pa enye a station duty for civil servants because omo dia you see ye krom wa no mo wieska the first omo dia is omo to dan watch as them what die say e wo de mo investigation ya mo nkopɛ na omo namfofo na omo no omo di agro ma potemo omo bɛka ni nyina ayɛ den akyerɛ mo is answer dan the offense ana e mesi na yɛ dan no no tuition na e wae omo so bi akora wantu omo kai omo no asa information no odo abayo bi atwempra wantu chi ni e gade a obi isa information ayɛ den ama entinya ade a o se ɛyɛ na yɛ fiwa yɛ mbra isigi who chia do big nene afenyo mo nam horo fofa into uremu because a hakra ye hu 2.2 billion national service eso asentia 2.2 billion je say 2.2 billion the call ya now call electricity company of Ghana say na beko PDS say na beko won eje no beka ho a na che say ye koye nim na masanso aka kira ban say atoni gera besra pa e masa OSP na da besra wono de makase mo wa kwa say mo entertain no wono no woni ku wo o say bo pabro in fact o ko say investigate no aka say wo investigate no because o ye o mo wa in any case but nako na no me no ye calculation
ya o kika kwedi nako e what
nako hono mu bia isika nako atoni de na me say nako men can how many times na chiro o mo fa isika ho ongwem bo so e be chiba o nya ne nkofo no ongwem na interest lose o mo wie sika ya ye bo di no support ba we wo mu nyina no support ba ti no go fight say man me president ko be president ka be tisanse mo
there be that
and the movement for change the by so for so go e ka say there has to be a change at all anu ti da yentumi ma owura Mahama enyi na home anu ti da wa ban we mu a and you will be tired of us because you be kai every day
very important
attorney general be that say we yira akwan what's up back with the conferences don't once again many panente. Magana carry the Ghanaian people along.
That is governance.
Now, you do see one. And now, okay, we say, now appoint to president about man pressure, and yet president appoint you. Yes, directly president appoint you, but your source of power is coming from the people of this country because you need to minimum and penny and son upon you who the amount. So, in as much as you are serving the president, bear in mind at all material time, say the people that you are serving are the people of this country. And so you be no. Can you imagine what 2.2 billion could have done? And Omaka is all about the new 6 lane from Accra to Kumasi. And what would you have to see 6 billion? It means that the national service is Guano, FI, no, yet the Kakraka one can be Accra to Kumasi, 6 lane, 6 lane, and the accident so.
2 people.
Yet Tijuana, Ohengophobia, or Monisca credit.
And I make an
any sick in Ukraine. They na I buy a say, comfort only answer. Omunya traces na day. And that traces in the because they be a because of a kaya ye sikedi, of a trot driver sikedi, Kuania, what brasikedi, teacher near, yet, sikedi, you can never succeed. And to say, one will be our tons as a way either. What the upper could check on what tons as you be as beer, or munya because land is a free gift of nature. Oh, why you be why they create land. And your homer or man, don't go about the toy show to a woolly yida, and Jacobi or toy issue go last, and no one abroad who will swim. Sana bicycle, what you say, and Nintino, and also Nakoye, that you back to OSP. Our brand Tiano dear, Mam Pamonwa. Saboso Embrano, yes, your coffee for the name was in the Yida with a moon office.
Office na what's your scrap?
How do you into? Yeah, because as you cannot go back, Attorney General Yoko. Yeah. Now, you fan lawyers, bro, because why you can be aso. Konongo kaya. Shekeno for your tar. We entertain buffer stock, you need lotteries, you need a scholarship secretariat in NSA. Entertain who? The wait your money in Mako Bob is 13.5 billion. I need him at the quiet this can ye. Obia Watera Siva yet you remove 52 billion from GCB tax account, a yearly tax account, and what GCB to an unknown account, a entry account for. Obia, what you mean, LD or Miami invests $97 million or whole. What of SML or no one can say the cuckoo SML, no. Yeah. Ah, yeah, Busa Christian to say, so Tisa SML, no, Duma would say, was it that yes, I check. Onima amount crowd more charge by na ye ya papa ye dania kotina America oti wono oti kroma ufu haya ye betra na lawyer for ye twetwe fan ye wisene ne nkofo obo the fees obo tebrofo obo tro obo ba oyare edu be bi mu say ye push you over because activists na wo sisi ano we don't give a hoot. Yeah. Na obo ye sa no a ye chi wo no musa ba obo twe omo furu so omo dwane Omujani and Uncle faceless people, one see the family of Kenoforiata. Yeah. On the issue statement, Obia Van Bianchase. Your bomb was a boy as Za, Nipa Bonifo, Mumpo, my, and one Omujani, and on one year to see. It's a thing. There is a Bashayabo, after I found your markets could not parliament catch us about.
And until way, dear, and in some nan, of course, now share the camp of NPP so out to music and I say. The story before this one was on Brian Champon, who also wants to be a presidential candidate. Now, Yawana Dr. Bamudu Baumia so ne campa, Yensha near Cosro, as I say, Niavani de Hura ne Huru, in so no Hura ne Huru. A MP Bakwa, your friend Okweku, Amprachum Sapon, as a Mambodini Anamode Cheme or no. Aye MP for Mampong no LED delegation be our my press conference in Sembe no mode to almost say out of a minority caucus or mom from home mighty minority our more parliament no out of 87 of them no 63 of them are throwing their support behind Dr. Baumia. I didn't see any more support mano yenkoti eninchwemo
Atwamamponua and akwasi jamfi onyina a champon afija kwabre from the eastern region. Frank Anodompre in Sawoma Dojiri, Kofi Ahenkra Mafo Achiase, Michael Ochiribefi New Dublin South, Kojo Opon Kroma Ofuasi Ayerebi, Sami Ewuku Akuapem South, Akuapem North. Today, over 60 members of parliament, in fact, it's 63 precisely, out of the 87 minority members in parliament, stand together in unity and conviction to make this clarion call. We declare our total and unwavering support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the next flag bearer of our great party. We make this declaration not out of sentiment, but from deep conviction. We have seen his work, his discipline, his resilience, and his readiness to serve. We believe that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia embodies the next chapter of the MPP's vision, a future built on competence, innovation, unity, and hope. We affirm that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not just the candidate who can unite our party. He is the leader who can win the confidence of Ghanaian people and secure victory for the MPP in 2028 and beyond. This is our moment to make history once again. Let us reward loyalty, humility, and hard work with trust. Let us renew the NPP tradition with a leader who represents continuity and innovation. Let us choose the man who has walked the path, carried the burden, and delivered results. Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia is our choice, the people's choice, the party's strength, and Ghana's future. He carries Danko's courage, Buzia's intellect, and Dombo's humility and unifying heart. With him, the NPP will not only win, but will lead Ghana into an era of progress, opportunities, and national pride. Kokwam Pretum Sapon MP Mampon. Nana Ayew Afriye Afija Asokore. Kofi Amankwa Menu Atwuma Kwamoma. Kwame Yayi Maduantwi Asante Achim Central. Francis Asentu Bwanche Bantama. Vincent Eko Asefua Old Tafo. Yaw Frimpon Ado. Manso Adubia. Mavis in Cancer Board. Afija Secure East. Collins Adumaku Mensa. Afija Kwabre North. Dr. Patrick Bwachi Yado. Obuasi East. Akwasi Konedu Menshia North. Professor Kingsley Nyako Kwadaso. Ernest Yaw Enim Kumau. Damata Apianima Salam Afija Kwabre South. Dr. Fred Che Asamoah Offense North. Francis Ousu Echang Dwabin. John Darko Suame. Kofi Obri Yeboah Subin. Michael Edu Ufori Krom. Nana Ejeibe Bafuwa Menshia South. Nana Eric Ajima Prempe Ahafuano North. Nana Asafo J. Aye Bosome Frehon. Anthony Mier Udutobri. Cheneboa Kodia Fokuo Manson Nkwanta. Frank Yeboah Atuma Ngwabiaja North. Elvis Osemensa Dapa Ahafo Ano Southwest. Ralph Poku Edusei Bekwai. Seth Osei Akutu Atuma Mponia and Akwasi Jemfi Onyina Echampon Afija Kwabre. From the Eastern region, Frank Anodompre Nsawoma Dojiri. Kofi Ahenkra Mafo Achiase. Michael Ochiribefi New Dwabin South. Kojo Opon Kroma Ofuasi Ayerebi. Sami Ewuku Akuapem South. Akuapem North. Charles Owiredu Ebirim. Kingsley Ajima, Dr. Kingsley Ajima, Ebuakwa South.
Abusia enonti ora na yete se ono readi eye script no ana speech no a o lead press conference no eye Mampon MP ora Kweku Ampachum Sapon na opatre se enyo no nko a na momedin bebre na wate se obobo no according to region by region no o se sankofo nyina eye MP a ene no omo parliament e wo mu se omo ye minority de na so omo edi omo support omo de omo solidarity man no other person than Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is answer no oya tried and tested omo say ya so na hye na ehun say ampa oyo obi a yetumi ni bu man e ma ni yeye enti no ebe ya Ghana fo nyina aka delegate fo nyina aka monhwe Ejuma waye as a formal vice president emra obejina etwe edeboa Akufo-Addo ema obu Ghana man ema Ghana man ekọ anim no those are the words amu edi twetwe mu ayepa say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia obi a say ye hwe candidate ti omugine mu nyina obi a say ye to amu to delegate for no to about the manner obeboa ama NPP man no MPP kuo no akọ nanim na Ghana man so enso enya ne ntoma pa de efra na wei mu na nkofo bi eba na ese na sebi o mu MP mu ye MP na monya mo be bi papa ete na mo hyehyehye mo coat akese mo hyehyehye mo political suit. Are you the ones to decide for what for the delegate and say mo na mo be chair delegate for no ne omonye afofo nso say we dey adwenkyere na moakyere ma adwen say at the end of the day no enya mo nko na moto aba ema ne yeye ne omo maka aye from grassroots omo wa ase omo nso mo ye delegate no omo nso mo be kire omo wo bre na omo tro omo bo bre a any of the candidates wo honom including Dr. Mahmoud Baumia no obia betumi choose ni obetumi ato aba ede ama no based on nipa no observation any research awaye ede ehun se ebi asimesi ana obentin eneboa ma olidi party na ebeyeye na omosi omonso omobeye ne saa wo mu se mpenifo abegina ho aye press conference aka say out of 87 members omoye minority members in parliament no or see over 60 of them precisely 63 of them say omo support omo tie Dr. Mahmoud Baumia echi se ne be ya onu enyina se flag bearer hopeful for a year coming elections either omonim as a party no order for yen twas e won semfufo mu na say ye twas won semfufo mu the next update no abrante bi ono nso oye papa bi oye Ghanaian numerologist ye ka obi oye numerologist we obi a study numbers who numbers hunsunso say be a number 1 number 2 number 3 omo hwehwehwehwe saa ne amani mu bi no ono ni din a ode nam ata ajeman owura ata ajeman no din sem bia betudwa concerning NPP flag bearers omo nso omo ko akensi do omanim coming January no na opache sese ya nhwe ni ya ye nte asem de osi ewo musa afiwe ayenia ebetumi aye afiwe NC yempo na afiwe acclaim a lot of lives na lives acclaim so ekuku dampa osi ni nyina yenyi no kwanto nche no but NPP flag bearership no impenifo omwom no omo anhwe ni ya January kwampo enu no mati asembone esanso ono wa checking the numbers a check stars a check triangles ni bi any nsama okekan de ono no nim na ade na oka na wasua ho ade na onim de na o kirechire mo enti yanko ne enkotie nchemu a ode ba ya o se ya nhwe ni ya any of the candidates yehu omo on these screens no baakum ebe film before and I say after a presidential elections no
Athena ne ye sees goddess of Athena. Oh, I triangle me no I kabum see. The cardinal point
universe be the
cardinal say you for triangle flag boom. The cardinal point ni is 6.
Okay.
Na Athena no and number no. And I make
what's the Greece for?
Greece for. I'm gonna democracy by. It goddess Athena no na hwe democracy ni so no mother of love. Odo and I your bento to be convinced that is why political party a demand do pa na dey no na the number is 6 etimi kwatena ase na me say 31st January 2026 no o kan nyina bom number 6 no mo nyanko ballot no etinyame boa na say o mo number 6 na Athena nso ye 6 no mo konya sa number 6 ne de ye o mo election no asumdue beba na dia Athena kura be provide dia ma wo mo no obetumi aba be presidency no akonya na ma wo mo no mo koye ballot na me yes video ne to ho omo ko na me de to so say so omo koye ballot so na say Athena no odo ambam That's a triangle ni me no mu bie se ya. Tieni yo, triangle ni me no mu bie se ya. Ebeye triangle baako wa ha. Baako wa meboa. Na triangle bia so cardinal points ye 3. 1 2 3. No no so God that's in friend Heket. The trimodin odiewu. Okum nipa. So when na kwan na ye unim date na. Ye use the board ya sa date no. Sa night now ade enche. E friend Heket. Afede makase mu ye go mokoyi amokoyi 3 Heket mi enu.
No me koyi. Ade da omoni ma so makoyi 3. Ade ka ti wari na koyi no.
Number sin twantro. It means say okono. Heket pe moja. Eti be raji to moja na me see. Se ekobande sa. Na so omo de Heket mi enu ko hia wo election na se dia. Se si a Heket no. Democracy na di 33 nti on pa kwada bi no wakuno. Moja say kura mi ensa na wuye kwada to fo du na wuye da bi. Eti presidential candidate no. Ba ku be wuta da no.
Asem ye nkwan wa kan asem ha wo. Obi si ma bobesi. Obi si obi kura du obi na Morocco. Aspirants mu ba ko ahwe ya. We na material abetena be kan asem wi. Atie for mo amesom mo de mo bedi but brother nkoma wodi no. Madri na bi na me kai wasem bi nkoma ye di ni ha. Obi di kan ba me mpese me bobo obi adi. O se that day ma mo be bon ankasa no. That day na mo beto aba say 12 kra mo 11 10 mo. Ma mo be bom ho nya agro. Ba ko so ba no se wo mo ne nam kra ma obi kra ko pie Morocco. Asa ma nyina gira yi amu mu ba ko be to fem.
Oh aspirant.
Ana so abek
Heket no. Ana so dia to. Ana o jimoja. Ana say wo so on pen kwada bi. Open penifo. E to mo amfa T na na anko number 6. No mo sa ko yi 33. Ana me yemu ahye no. Omo we akoyi 3 we akoyi 1. Ye do mo life path cross ye na akoyi 3. Tank ni so ye dangerous.
Enti so merge so da.
Enti me ye na me
enti merge da triangle by enti merge da.
Omo ye no merge na me ye Atina.
Ebebeji.
No mo fa nya yi.
Wana be ye. Emu atwetwe ankasa.
Enti se wo se wo du ti ka MPP wana so wo MPP a. Na se wonim de menim ya. On sa fe de wotimi traba bi nsere emu ani nyi se oh the next year MPP ba.
In other words, so come end this for tomorrow mo de.
Yeah, na wonim de da omo de. Omo kra de. Na ti bi omo ni candidate kra. Omo ni candidate. As far as universe nature is concerned, any numbers are concerned. The only candidate omo one no so. Ebi omo mfama no.
Sao.
Oba ni nkwania ukra Thursday you know. And the numbers.
No, oba one was over baba.
Ntine no. Omo aka nyina no. Ombeba ntida bia na meka ne se 2028 election be ya funu football ama obi anu odi matem. Wa ba yire ho kakra bi wona ba wini. Candidate bi anche dani o.
Osoro so nyana.
Last no meka se Nana Dan Kwa Kufuado. E she that te no nya Dr. Baumia virgin spiritual person. And what train spirit ni nyina de ye ne de what train ho sade.
Abusianfo eno nti eno ene nsema ora ata agema no ye numerologist enso e de ato ho concerning NPP flag bearership race enche omo be call ye coming January no wa che na adwentwe ni mu no na opa che se ye wo goddess bi ye fe na Athena ye wo goddess bi so ye fe na Heket na omo nyina ye Greek God enyame nketwa anase enyame na Athena ne de ogina ho ma asumdwe ono nso de ogina ho ma odo enti nka ukọ peke number na ukọ peke number na ye 6 eno ene ye number eno nso ni Athena ne nante pa na chese odo bekoswa akọ na montem as a party and as a people then so akwaye to say omukọ peke numbers no or say ba ko hu ne say ebi ma peke 1 ebi ma peke 3 na no say there be aye nyame foforo bi wo hon ma ye frɛ no Heket ono de ni timo odem pa ye ka nyame ani ne omutimo odem pa ono no ye omu CEO no no kra no say onim ni date na onim ne ye pa na say bi obi ede no bowdua se nwumre no kra de nchen wo be fi atiasefo asase so and opa che se when nyina aye indications a kire se coming January no ya nhwe ni ya NPP for omo flag bearership race enye bibia ebe ya asumdwe na mo be butubutu pa ebe menya na ya nhwe ni ye kra na sɛne ɔde ka ho no ebia na moja hwiegu bi mpo ayɛden atoa so de free maba ɛna presenter no nso ɛpa kyɛ sɛ he's not the first person and not the last person na waka saa same way ɔno kura ɛyɛ ata agemayi ɛtɔ so ana kyɛ sɛ ɔno no ɔtɔ so mmiɛnsa a ɔno nso aka sɛ ɛyɛ coming January no NPP for sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛyɛ mpaebɔ bi na ɔmo betumi abɔ paa ɛne nkɔmmɔ mmɔ sɛ ɛyɛ fasting bi nso na ɔmo bɛyɛ a ɔmo nyɛ ne yie san sɛ Yesu Kristo ka kyerɛ ne suafo no ɔse this kind goeth not but with fasting and prayers nti no sɛ sɛnea nkɔfoɔ ano egu ɔmo so sɛ ebi mu ɛde afoforo bɛkɔ akɔnante Morocco ne n'asefoɔ ne nneɛma bebree no Ghana ha deɛ information wɔ ha o ɛna ɔba kyɛ sɛ ɛbɛyɛ ɔmo nhwɛ ne yie na nyɛ saa na ɔmo nte asɛm dɛ na saa asɛm dɛ no nso ɛna ɛyɛ ade a ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo nyinaa ɛpere sɛ ɔmo bɛhwɛ na yɛntoa so ɛwɔ nsɛm foforɔ mu a the next update no owura bi a ɔno nso ne din ɛyɛ Isaac Chei Brobe ɔno ɛde abɛto dwa sɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ mu paa na yɛhwɛ alankyerɛmaten ɔyɛ obi a watumi aboa MPP party no mmerɛ bi atwa mu nanso nanse no nyinaa yɛnim sɛ ɔte ne ho create ɔno ani party movement of change na movement of change ni mu no hu sɛ da bi ɛsɛ sɛ rebranding bi ɛbɛ mu ɛsɛ sɛ nsakyerɛeɛ kakra ɛbɛ mu ɛna ɛno nso ɔsesan din free movement of change Edeba United Party nti ene no ono eno leader of United Party na ora Isaac Chei Brobe pa che se ye de alanchomati edi si ha na ye de cheddar esi ho she ono MPP communication expert no ana ono so edi esuko wa MPP mu on chusu ba ko anon convince ba ko mane nyoine NPP bioma o se there bi on fa alanchomati nda ada no fan lunch Martin o se ne nkode ko fa cheda de nti e na o kan san sembo ye nko tie ni nchire mu ye ba e beto aso
Samoa DFP yeah enso so tie oni Rebel Francis Sem no kofodia nana e wo he agu ye yankasa ye nua pani arguably the most popular first lady Ghana yenyano and very influential kuna do ajman Rollins what town kwadu a no in ho ezo in America okoto DFP anamebwa NDP omni nemu sa say ne party na omoko of friend say okobi a friend say iPaka angel is you know what I mean so on free main party mun konkote rival party be e man nyadwuma but see if you really want to join even a smaller party it shouldn't be that one that funded by Ira Lanchamating no elections here koi when you're 31,000 plus cheddar he had no name in Ghana political history when you're 84,000 plus. Then if I really want to tout somebody to my party, I would tout,
Cheddar Siwo. Cheddar Alan Siwo.
I would tout. Cheddar for the numerical strength. 84,000 plus. Opa Google. What do you say? 84,000 plus heading towards 90. But what you say? And to me say ya me see me no way. Say ye primary see Dr. Mundba Omia comfortable lead wa when ye na me to table ho near CM strategic alliance be who should we try and bring on board and all of that. I will recommend Cheddar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
First entry in Ghanaian politics 84,000. Euro Lanchamatin has been lurking around in 2000, under Papako 4, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024, and you go alone forming your own movement and you go and score 31,000. That's not going to be formidable. And as a matter of fact, so we just tapozu Yera Musa Dankwa. I pola why in research say the 63% of the disgruntled New Patriotic Party members they support Mahmoud Bawumia. One more no me MPP for ebufuo ni bibi nye ni mna se popi eba
mama nkama sam ne de keka
wa ha mu nchichemu aduesia miensa ese Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na MPP for mfa nemra no mbedi nachi ede na akọ election 2028.
Ebusia enunti ora Isaac Chei brobe patche se eye ora Alancha Martin obi a ye watna NPP mache na Ghana politics so start here na enye ne wa be di minister trade and foreign just we di minister bebre na ne nyina echi no wa sounds we di kufu echi wa be di akufu ado echi na wate ho na okoye party a na ahina onyaye about 34 million votes per na onyaye na osi wo show bi te say cheddar ba ne first time onu edi ba Ghanaian politics mo ne first time a odi pie di yi n'anim mpo no ahe na onyaye osi onya over 84,000 votes eno nti wo hwe differences na say wo compare say ono ora Isaac Chebrobe o de Alancha Martin si ho na o de cheddar nso si na o say o convince sankofo emu ba akoma ne be join MPP say na ya nkofo eka no o say nkofo eka say Alancha Martin a we fi MPP mu no ebe affect party na ebe affect party no say we ahia nipa na ya ahia endi sa ene wa branding ne ho na ochina wate ne ho ni nyina no ye comparison ma otimi hu say papa no nu ba bia enu nti enya ade a obe ha ne ho krampo say okwa akoka kire Alancha Martin say omra no be join MPP na nkofo bi say numbers in the hu hia o esan say 50+1 kra no etumi eboa +1 no etumi boa mo bi be ye president nti onhwe na no kasa ye na ebe ya omomfa ye entu ye na ye nto aso e wansenfofo mu na ye to aso e wansenfofo mu a Ghana ha nansen aye de pa aye buffer stock scandal Attorney General EPA ye na o expose ye no wo hwa brantie ya oda ye screens ne so Alhaji Hanan Abdul Wahab Aludiba ono aya parliamentary candidate ogina emu edema MPP ewo Pusiga constituency na wo hwa o si leading the future na ena gofo bi say na future be na we leadi esan say one ne yire ye si wo hwemu pa sika o matwen sika ni de bebre na ni nyina echi na Attorney General ya pache say sangofo mienu ana papa yi titiri we ye CEO of Buffer Stock no onye obi a osese da chimpo ye beka say ye pardon no for jail there be osi ense say ye pardon no da na ye hwe nkofo adachi ye mfo ntu jail a ene papa yi nkan ho ne yiri anani asensa fera yi esese we mu nyina no yetumi di omasem ede kwa ase ne ehu babia omoto ochimana ye se nya sa evidence nyina against them a yetumi ede omoto aban kukumu e ma ne yi enti yenhwe properties a ye former Buffer Stock CEO Abdul Hanan and ne wife allegedly yes Oma acquire with the proceeds of the crime Oma be companies bebre na companies no mu be ya no so no e na chese sika no Oma de fe fast yes sir number 1 yes a 5-bedroom house from China Homes over 1,000 Ghana cedis sika ne de na onu nso Oma waste ye anasa Oma de ko share sa sika ni mu oyamudu ko sa property ni mu over 1 million Ghana cedis now if number 2 now I say plots and then finally airport development sites into amakototo in Shashi ewo baby na no wo hwa over 750 million Ghana cedis and then also edemu $50,000 and then also edemu wo honum no na you share the also no so I say contract to construct buildings on the finale plot omonso omoto onsase no omoto onsase ni wieye no e na ofere omo say ene bra obi meje contract no nsi hu dan no nso ni sika e na won chen no e na afa the 3-bedroom house at Cantonment obi a wo pre MP e wo Pusiga pusiga no wantina pusiga ho aba cantonment ba beto asase wa cantonment sika no so na eda ho no na afa de eno so na nche no 17 bedroom boutique hotel at Gumani in Tamale enti ye pa che se enkran ha no de enko na che se Tamale mfu enso de enko na sanso to aso atimi se papa wa yere no ho within a period of 8 years pe adofonom within a period of 8 years pe na papa enya se japade nyina de ato ho 4 bedroom bungalow situated at Jowulu valued 4 bedroom bungalow and also eka ho and afede ne twatu okra no there was 0.32 acre government land development and are developed into 4 units of 4 bedroom apartments inti aban insase eda ho 4 acre and 0.32 no acre government land no and omo dey see 4 bedroom apartment just a less no cry ni yemye otu aso a 3-story building Chicken Republic situated at Estate Junction Tamale nkofoi omayere omo 5 bedroom mansions at Canville Darobo Street and also ye Tamale and ya papa wagoro no hu bi pa 3 bedroom house Club C and also Tamale 1-story building number 10 Selby Gardens no Achimota Nkran Krom hanti na wako vacation wako Tamale kakra na waba Nkran Krom aso kakra and a 0.27 acre plot of land Estate Junction and also Tamale yes also etwaso 0.29 acre land close to baby and also Ghana ha say ya just and also close to Workers College and also Tamale and also Kahubi and several vehicles. This is a cars several vehicles and over 61 luxury handbags. Yabo handbag and I say handbag in the Obama no nebekita handbag no bano and sa handbag no bekita. NTS your cars and your mon 9 your mon sashe between a period of 8 years in Kofowe and Ania sense for Safiri Oma Kukuru Eddie to was a Japade dia mom hono that is a shocking. When OBC can say Ghana haya taxpayers money and Uncle Fue Akatanka Abom at the Afafa companies na company ni bi honoma yesi nidi at the Alkani enterprise ebi Aludiba enterprise Mama say mukrampo ma Attorney General chechire mu obobo company 6 or 7 ni na edin e ma yehu senya sika no fa ha ekodu ha ekofa ha yenkoti Attorney General yeba yebeto aso
buffer stock. So on account of that alone, I can succeed on a charge of using public office for profit. Documentary evidence from bank accounts of buffer stock revealed that between 2018 and 2024, buffer stock transferred a total of 78,369,082 cedis and 4 pesos to Sortina Enterprises bank account at EcoBank and Republic Bank respectively. The payments were supposedly to pay for food supplies made by Sortina to schools under the school feeding program. Verified records, including way bills and store receipt vouchers from buffer stock, however, indicated that only 27,389,872 cedis out of the payments to Sortina were backed by supplies. There is no evidence whatsoever that the remaining 50,879,021 cedis and 4 pesos paid to the enterprise was backed by food supplies or any service rendered to buffer stock. A review of Sortina bank account revealed that the bulk of the payments which buffer stock made to Sortina Enterprises bank accounts, about 98% of the over 78 million, were instantly retransferred to Alkani Enterprise, Fahauza Ventures, and other entities owned and controlled by or affiliated to Hanan Abdul Wahab and Faiza Seydou Wuni, his wife. Under interrogation, Mr. Atieko Apau stated that although some of the funds received into Sortina's EcoBank and Republic Bank accounts were for the few genuine supplies backed by way bills and store receipt vouchers, in most instances, no supplies were made, but he noticed that buffer stock kept making payments to his company, Sortina Enterprise. He also admitted that other third-party companies, which our investigations have established to be license buying companies or suppliers to buffer stock, also made several payments into Sortina's account. He said he neither knew the promoters of these companies, nor did his company have any business dealing with them. He had no explanation as to why millions were transferred into his company's bank account, but observed that those payments, whether from buffer stock or from third parties, were made into Sortina's account on the instruction of his boss, Hanan Abdul Wahab. He further explained that whenever such payments were deposited in Sortina's account, he was prompted by Hanan Abdul Wahab to expect the transfer and was later instructed on where to move or retransfer the funds. In effect, Sortina became a conduit for Hanan Abdul Wahab and his wife to steal buffer stock funds without easy detection. Transaction analysis of Sortina's Republic Bank account and entities used as vehicle to launder the proceeds of the criminal enterprise established by Hanan and his wife corroborated the claims made by Mr. James Atiku Apau. For example, a review of some of the retransfers of the funds paid to Sortina Enterprise by Buffer Stock Company revealed as follows. From Sortina Enterprise to Hanan Abdul Wahab, 60,179,137 Ghana cedis. Sortina Enterprise to Alkani, 23,913,964 Ghana cedis and 90 pesos. From Sortina Enterprise to Fahauza, 500,000 Ghana cedis. Sortina Enterprise to Chain Homes, 550,000, making a total of transfers that we've tracked, from across the bank accounts of 40,493,102 Ghana cedis and 15 pesos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I've indicated, the proceeds of crime were used by the couple to acquire a lot of high-end luxury properties and especially real estate across the country. Now, as is typical of all investigations conducted by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, contemporaneous tracing of the proceeds of crime has been undertaken, and we can confirm that the couple purchased a number of high-end real estate properties from their ill-gotten wealth. The properties are as follows. 1. A 5-bedroom house bought from Chain Homes Limited between February 2019 and December 2020 at a cost of $1,625,000. Of this amount, $5,758,165 Ghana cedis, that is the equivalent of 230,841 United States of American dollars, was paid directly from the accounts of the investigated entities. The balance was paid in cash to Chain Homes by the couple. Now, in criminal investigations, when large cash sums are being used to pay, that is prima facie evidence of money laundering. In July 2020, the couple purchased a 3-bedroom house at Cantonments from Golden Coast Developers Limited at a cost of 600,000 United States of American dollars, using two of their companies, Fahauza Ventures, owned by the wife, and Fahauza Company Limited, owned jointly by the couple. The land documents were, however, registered in the name of their wife. Between October 2019 and February 2021, the couple purchased plots at Fanali's airport development site for 750,000 United States of American dollars. The total payments were made in cash in the name of Faiza Said Wuni. We have the cash, receipts from the developer. Subsequently, in July 2021, Faiza Said Wuni signed a contract with a construction company, Mendaha and Souza Construction Limited, at a cost of 691,650 United States of American dollars to construct the shell and the core of the building. This excludes the cost of architectural designs from Ansara Architecture Pty Limited, based in South Africa. The building sitting on Trade Plus is now estimated to be valued at $2,500,000 United States of American dollars. The couple also purchased 0.32 acres of government land from one Anthony Duke Essien, a known government land sales agent named in both the demolition of the Nigerian High Commission and the sale and demolition of the Bulgarian consulate. Duke Essien used his sister, Antoinette Chibodako, a staff of the Dankwa Institute, as a front to purchase from the Ministry of Lands and the Ministry of Lands and the Lands Commission at a price of 307,200 Ghana cedis. Duke Essien then instantly sold the land to Hanan Abdul Wahab and received about 2,567,000 Ghana cedis. The payment came from the criminal proceeds from buffer stock through Sortina Enterprise and through Alkani and Hanan himself to Anthony Duke Essien. On the instruction of his brother, Duke Essien, Antoinette then wrote to the Lands Commission in March 2020 to instruct them that the lease should be in the name of Hanan Abdul Wahab. In May 2020, she made a U-turn and wrote to the Lands Commission to withdraw the documents bearing the name of Hanan Abdul Wahab and now replaced it with the name of the wife, Faiza Seidu Wuni. The couple developed 4 units of 4-bedroom apartments on the said land. The property is yet to be valued by our investigators. Now, ladies and gentlemen, other properties acquired by the couple are as follows. A 17-bedroom boutique hotel at Gumani in Tamale, in respect of which the couple used Fauza Company Limited to sign a franchise with Villa Monticello for the price of $250,000. In other words, $250,000. So they wanted Villa Monticello to run it as if it is a Villa Monticello hotel. So they paid $250,000 to Villa Monticello, in order to hide the identity of the hotel. But we've been able to dig in and we've gotten all the evidence, including all the receipts from Villa Monticello. There is a 4-bedroom bungalow situated at Jolo, Accra, valued at 4.1 million cedis. 3-story building, that is Chicken Republic, the Chicken Republic building in Tamale, situated at Estate Junction, Tamale. 5-bedroom mansion at Canville, Dorado Street, Tamale. 3-bedroom house, Palissy, Tamale. 1-story building, number 10 Selby Gardens, Achimota, Accra. Then 0.27 acre plot of land, Estate Junction, Tamale. 0.29 acre of land, close to Workers College, Tamale. We have also frozen all these assets and will be taking steps to have them confiscated to the state in the course of the criminal proceedings. We have no doubt in our minds that these properties were bought from the proceeds of crime. When interrogated, Pfizer
Abusia nunti Attorney General nin semni ninchire mo kan ni nyan se we ni nyina o mahu se ejapade bebrebe sika ene ho cash ene ho handbag ho adan ne nsase eye Mr. Hanan and the wife omotumi ato within 8 years no or see without any reasonable doubt no one him say we nyina no efri sika omojeje nkakra na omode fifa baby ena munwuma ni position ayede ama ni kunu no eye Mr. Hanan as buffer stock eye CEO no say we nyina no eye kronu sika enti no ombeji na omanemu na omagina Ghana fo nyina nso anemu na omagye sika no e de ama Ghana fo yanko the next update na ye to aso a eye owura Kevin Taylor ono nso e de nsem bi abetuja concerning the finances eye Ghana any gold nsensem a chese di yesika semu akotene no e na opa chese emre bi etwemu no eye Ghana ha se ne eye gold for oil na gold for oil no yentumi enya mfaso bia wo mu na emom ye boka twitwiri di sika bebre esanse niama bi wo ho no ma ya mfa yie antutu yie na enne no se ukoye gold reserves now to me say yenya kakra e wo honom then ye betumi aye se oman na yetumi dia bossa sika no ho ban ana ye dia bossa gold no ho ban se na be ya ye sika sem no e be koso afa ne ntoma pa efra we ena na all kan san se ene yete a na yesi o dollar na aba fom ochina na apagya ne mu kakra ene yesi sidi na nso enya hoɔden ochina bi ubehu na akɔfom kakra na osi we nyina no ade a ye betumi aye bibi etumi aboa ama sika no etumi ejina ne ntoma pa efra ye Ghana cedi no ana osi de ye betumi aye ne se ebeya eye gold no yetumi a reserve ya de du baabi a ne aka no yen kape ana yen stope ne yen sesa ne embeye eye sika na eno nso yen fanto ho ne yen fanye bibi daache yen ko tie se no kireche mu asifa ye sanse ono nso oso ye financial expert ono nso wesuan ho ade na ote ase pa
very, very important, and it's got to do with gold in Ghana. It's got to do with and how gold prices are costly. Now, there is something we all need to understand, and sometimes because of being too excited, there is a reason here gold for oil no, but we de buy no, a eka ebeto Ghana for over $1.8 million. Or let me see. Good for oil boy saying we are talking about over 1.8 billion Ghana cedis, close to all the 317 account, almost 1.3 billion. All those monies we lost it under gold for oil. There's a reason now, and the news are you say gold price hit new record high 4,222, and the gold bako it is worth $4,222,000. Now, right now, we are excited as a nation, and this is a very important conversation we need to have. Now, o check gold prices are, say, and the gold price is a costro, and the Ghana dollar no above from abedu 10, and the majority of Ghana for are excited right now. The amount of gold we are producing as a nation is going up because we have put measures in place through gold board policies. Right now we are able to guide, we are able to make sure gold that you turn Ghana has legally, they are basically bought by the government. Now, so who gold prices say akosura? From my experience as somebody who deals in forex and somebody who knows a little bit about how gold works, my little knowledge, any little wisdom tells me to say, we as a nation, we need to be careful about gold price here could say. We all know, say, right now, our economy, a gold in the kuta economy, we all know. In fact, so we your gross, your current gold reserve, and your gross international reserves now. So we are seeking gold. Handle about 45% of Ghana yesika yeteso yedi Ghana hujuma. So it is a big deal. In this end, gold price the kosra. Ghana as a nation, we are excited because now gold price the kosra to gold. But we also have to be very careful. And this is an advice I want to give to this government. This is a genuine advice. And I went into a meeting with my team and I told my team, say, if Ghana doesn't take care, we are sitting on a time bomber. You're very careful. Gold price is not air costro. Sebio, majority of your sika, your reserve, you can see a reserve. Sika, your wadawa, a physical gold, about 45% of Ghana sika. We have to be very careful because gold, a commodity beer. Obeda na adiachino, the price can drop from $4,000 to $1,000. Now, the danger in what is happening now, people like us, we are scared and they say, economy, right now, we are producing a lot of gold. And when you go to the Bank of Ghana, there is a lot of gold sitting, we are reserving. Now, right now, you say, because the gold prices are going up, our gold is worth a lot of money. Now, you need to understand and say, send check the way a gold price is a cost. Now, we call back into history. Now check it the way gold prices it me fluctuate. The way gold prices overnight it me sisa. The way the dollar reacts to the shocks around the world, and I say dollar the way it reacts when it's under pressure, that is the same way gold also reacts. So into what check here, I'll show you a chart about 10 years back. Osha dollar kofoma na gold kosro, because the two move together. Say gold kosra na dollar bafom. Say dollar bafoma na gold kosro. The two work together because say amount for dollar eba foma, people don't have enough money to purchase gold. Now say gold bafoma, people at the end of the day, because dollar goes up, people have enough dollars to purchase gold. Into Usha gold and dollar, they move hand in hand. Right now, as a nation, Yesika about 45% of Yesika Yawono are a good Bank of Ghana, a physical gold. Now, when we have physical gold like this sitting at the Bank of Ghana, and we are not the people who determine the fate of gold, and I say how gold will maintain its value in 24 hours, then it means we need to be very careful as a nation, banging all our hopes on gold reserves. Now, when you go back into history a little bit, I'm talking about a Bank of Ghana. The reason why it's here, Bawumia did gold for oil buyer, your bulk was that Mahama Bawumia were lifting the gold and then going to exchange gold for oil. Now, so we lift gold in the anopa, na gold no an ounce 4,000. Now the number personal could do Dubai. Now the physical gold no kwaje oil. Now bedru na gold no prices na at about 2,000 an ounce. It means so we lifted $20 million worth of gold. Udi bedru Dubai no that gold no enye $20 million. It has dropped to $10 million, and that is the danger when an economy rests on physical gold reserve. I am not saying we as a nation we should not have gold in our reserves. We need gold. Gold is a commodity that never goes out of fashion, or gold is a commodity that every nation needs as a backup. But when the nation prioritizes gold over everything and makes gold the main backbone of its financial status, then it means that country is walking on a very slim line. Now, what we have noticed in NSA, when you go back into history, about 10 years, let me show you something. And this is a gentle advice I want to give to the Bank of Ghana. I want to give to the finance minister. This is something we need to concentrate and speak on. And we are going to have this conversation for about a week until the authorities hear, because we are doing well now. Though gold is up now, but gold cannot be trusted. And the amount of gold we have in physical gold, the Bank of Ghana, that gold overnight, say 100 billion, it could turn into 2 billion. And let me explain to you why we as a nation, respectfully, we need to have this conversation. Because our international your gross international reserves, about 45% a gold, a physical gold, you are walking on a very slippery slope, dangerous. Now, you see, when you check the trajectory, when it comes to gold and a dollar, so check it. This is gold price and US dollar correlation and 10-year chart. And I'm going to show no. Now, so check it, the 10-year chart, gold and the dollar correlation, the way they work hand in hand, you will see, anytime gold is high, it gets to a point, it is going to drop. Dollar will take over. Now, we have seen gold rise over a period now. And the gold is around 4.2. That is 4,200 and something. Now, gold will go to a point where it will peak. It cannot go again. Now, that moment now, it will peak, you need to understand that the dollar will be gaining its strength. Now, when the dollar gains its strength, automatic gold will drop. Now, gold are bedroom 4.2 there about now. Gold is still peaking. At a point, it needs to drop because the correlation between gold and dollar, that is how they are able to manage world economies. And remember, so we check a chart where blue one and a dollar, and you can see the gold as gold, and you see the way they move. Oh, say every time now the dollar is peaking, the gold is also peaking down. and I'm saying the gold, you could see say the gold price, starts to drop. Now, the more the dollar goes up, the more the gold goes down a little bit. Now, at a point, you could see say the dollar peaked and a gina and a gold and a peaky past the dollar. No? So, as we speak today, the gold value, it is doing better than what we call than against the dollar. Now, the probability, and this is not a probability that is half probability, a 100% probability say gold where it has gotten to in a week or two or maximum a month, gold will drop. There are so many things that brings, and I say decides or determines the price of gold. Send yada na say adecha no pa you're reporting on CNN, Fox News, whatever, MSNBC. Near said Donald Trump is sicker. With all due respect, he's not feeling well. The price of gold will drop. When the president of America decides to make a statement, maybe people think, say, it did not go well with some business people around the world, the price of gold will drop. So why do you keep physical gold, so much of physical gold in your reserve? Abra, when it comes to dollar, the cash dollar, you can use the dollar in different ways. You cannot use gold. And let me tell you, it is good you have gold, but it is also good that you have enough dollar cash against the gold. Said when you fall back, said cash no, say you a point you can fall back on the gold as a backup. Now, when you look at this chart, you can see clearly say gold will go and get to a point whereby it will drop. And this is the situation whereby I can tell you an authority, the amount of gold we have as a nation now in our reserve is close to 46% of our gross international reserves. Very dangerous. Now, what we believe, and from our checks, what I believe should be done is simple. Now, when you go back a little bit, we have enough gold in our reserves. Now, say enough gold. We have, I think, in 2024, time about Omiamo Efrisuno, the last quarter of 2024. Now gold, now you're near about 27 tons of gold. Bank of Ghana. That was the gold and a C Bank of Ghana. The reason why I got for oil near Bokana was that we were lifting physical gold and going on the market to exchange for oil. In the process of even taking that gold, physical gold to go take oil, in that process, that period, the gold can drop. In two time gold 20 billion, Undu Dubai, now cut 6 billion. So it is not wise for you to be lifting physical gold and exchanging it for products like oil. And it's now gold for oil, we made a lot of losses because they did not have the intelligence to understand, say, gold is a commodity that basically fluctuates and its price is determined by every second. Now, our little advice, especially the buying way, and the Bank of Ghana is simple. Now, so I'll step back. The last quarter of 2024, na gold that your Bank of Ghana na 27 tons. That is so your gross international your gross international reserves are gold, physical gold na Bank of Ghana no na about 33% of our gross international reserve. Meaning ye sika ankasa no sika ema ye running a crow way to say Ghana no na gold physically or na 33% out of the 100. Meaning time about Omiamu free power no near about 27 tons of gold sitting physical gold at the Bank of Ghana. That is enough gold. That is a lot of gold. That is gold that you can run a country with. Now, interestingly, about 2025, our gold reserve are now about 27%, which is 33% of our gross international reserve. It has now moved from 2025 first quarter to October 15th. It has moved from 27% to 45%. In tons, now we have 35 tons of gold. So since the introduction of gold board, since the introduction of rules, regulations, making sure the smuggling and the illegal gold, we're stopping all these things. Our gold reserves, physical gold, are now 27 tons. And it represents 33% of our gross international reserve. Right now, it has moved to what we call 35 tons. So 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, almost 8. We have been able to increase the amount of gold a good Bank of Ghana. Right now, our gross international reserve, we are around 45%, meaning yes, sika gold no yesika yenya no gold no a representative 45% physical gold. Now so physical gold usika da physical gold 45% of reserve dangerous. The advice we want to advise the governor, we want to advise the Ghana government is simple. At this point, we should at least make sure say baby about to gold 27 tons na 33% of our gross the international reserve no. We believe from our checks, we believe say we are supposed to cap the amount of gold we have at the Bank of Ghana. Yamfa tabono entusu e kodru point we say okay, you do 27% of gold, which is 33% of our gross international reserve no. Let us cap it. Yamanin si wo any gold be a benya after 27%, which is from 2024 to now, we need to change it into dollar. Into 27 tons near betu what we believe will help Ghana Nibia or Shabin and say $1 dollar no overnight, you both $1 na cost 17 and it's 16. What the government should do now, and it is very important to me, because when we looked at the trajectory, now we study the world market, any other adena. What we believe in is say if the government of the day or through if they are able to cap the amount of gold we have in our reserve, because when you have physical gold 27 tons, now say sa gold no egu o reserve say adie bechi na say gold price every 4,000 abedu 1,000 that 27 tons no say a representative $40 billion. Remember, it will now represent $4 billion. But if you are able to make sure so what capi gold no 27 tons, even when the gold value drops, now say the world reserve no price no drop here. The physical one, which is money, because the canon when you convert it into forex, which is physical dollar, that will not affect the dollar. It means you will still have enough reserve to run your nation. Until let me make it simple for you. Sanka 2024, NDC for about 27 tons of gold, which is enough, 33%, no, and then cap now. What would have happened? And they say, and there, and gold be mubiano. What the NDC government or the Bank of Ghana is supposed to do, and they say, every gold that comes in, they need to change it into dollar and keep it in the Bank of Ghana. And this idea about China, now see gold price, you know, it has dropped from $4,200 to $1,000. At the point, sad dollars now, gold needs to into dollars in your home because it still stays where it's the value is still the same. What we will lose is that we will lose the value of the gold. And the issue is the gold is not a commodity we are selling today because we have dollars. So what we can do is say we will still keep the gold. We are not going to sell when the price drops. We will still keep our 27 tons. What we are going to do is we are going to work with the gold we have changed into dollar. So the Bank of Ghana can now fall on the dollar. The gold that they have sold and changed into dollar, no? And then the 27 tons now you copy gold. We should be able to put a law together. You do 27 tons and not 28, 29 tons. We should not add any more gold. What we have to do is any gold we get after 27 or 28 tons, no, we have to change it into dollar. Because we cannot trust this. If Ochanopa say dollar no change, na say gold no drop about 3,000, 2,000. It means say gold na 45% of our international gross reserve. It's the Bank of Ghana no price ni mwache too. That means we have devalued the gold and it is going to affect our forex. It is going to affect the dollar rate. Meaning we don't have enough dollar to do business. It's other internet the same mina you want say dollar na cost no. Why don't we cap the gold? Let us cap the gold. Let us say it is enough. If you have 28% tons, 28 tons of gold sitting at the Bank of Ghana, it's enough. Now, from January till now, I was here ton. Near done in the money, you're done in a dollar, near keeping a Bank of Ghana. I dear betching, not Donald Trump, sorry, now can BB, and not Arabians, BB, and not Tokesi or Middle East. Now, say, because of gold price that drop here, we don't care because we have enough gold. We have 28 or 27 tons. We don't want to sell because we have gold we have sold at my physical dollar is still. And that is how we are supposed to run because they take it decision way quick. That's a gold way, the price in drop here. What is going to happen? And they say the Bank of Ghana will have to absorb a canon. And remember, problem say right now no omo to gold Emma Bank of Ghana, which is a gold board no. the prices they are buying the gold in the market, you know. Also, to say in the market, you know, gold board eto gold, you know, $2, and I said $20. Now say international market, you know, so eto sa gold, you know, I think say $18. Remember, the moment. Sorry, Sabia, you turn $20 our market, you know, so our Ghana. You say aggregators in your gold, you know, at $20. Example. Now see your international market. Now say and the gold, you know, you say your tono, you bet to omotono 22 and I say omotono 18. Meaning, sa gold na Bank of Ghana to toy in no automatically gold be obeton be a boka $2. And that is dangerous. So imagine. Say, sa gold we go nyina over be 35 tons. Na adia bechi, na ye de sika be 100 billion a ton nyina market na be go Bank of Ghana. Na adia bechi, na ye kwa koton, na sa price a ye ton market no so no, it is cheaper than the price we bought. And also, adia bechi, na price no so asa drop it half. It means say, sa 10 billion ye de to sa gold market we will end up having only 2 billion. Now, who is going to incur the loss? What is going to happen is the dollar is going to rise. The dollar is going to move from 10 to 17, 18. And because all that they did was that they relied on gold. And the stupidity of them is they could not change some of the gold into cash. They were relying on just the gold, physical gold. They'll put it in a ship and say, take it to Dubai and go and buy oil. When you get to Dubai and the price of gold has dropped, it means you have already made losses before buying the oil. But right now we have enough gold. We have about 35 tons of gold sitting. And all this gold, you know, in 24 hours, the price can drop. So my advice and my little advice to the Bank of Ghana, please, we should cap the gold. Sa gold near about 27 tons is enough gold. You can even just cap it at 30. Just cap it 28, 20, cap it there. And say, yeah, the gold do 29 tons. I am for gold in CBM. You better turn the baby bia. Mama yen turn the baby bia and then a dollar near Fingu Bank of Ghana. Because what happens in the say gold to for business. And when I say you cannot do me for gold, and you see gold as bonds. You can't use gold as bonds. But you see, when you have dollar, it's liquid. Dollar can do every job. A juma dollar betuma yeno. The gold cannot do it. In fact, you need dollar to buy gold. And see, if you put all your hopes on gold, that's a gold price drop here, your economy will shut down. Until let us be smart. We are producing enough gold. Let us cap the gold. Let us cap the gold. 27 tons, 28 tons, cap it. Let us sit at the Bank of Ghana. Whether gold price goes up or goes down, do not touch it. All that you need to do is go that album from January till now. No, sell that gold now. Sell that gold and make it money. Make it dollar and keep it in the Bank of Ghana. That is the only way. We all need to speak on this because Yansheye, that's our dollar way baby do 4.2. Adiabechi, and any shock happens, that gold need drop it to maybe 2,000. That we are done as a nation. Let us all understand this simple thing because we have been there before. In 2024, now gold and our Bank of Ghana, it was worth 3 billion. Today, as we speak, gold at our Bank of Ghana is about 5.7 billion. That is too much. That is too much. 2024, say, oh, gold worth $3 billion. Let us keep it there. The Abeka 2.7 billion. We need to change that into physical dollar and keep it at the Bank of Ghana. And I am respectfully telling the governor, I am telling the people who are in charge, sign your way here. And I'm never going to stop talking about this because, you see, Ochina Mekan Wasem, Monday Mekan Wasem, I will remind Ghanaians, I'm abandoning who say, the people want you people to take the right decision. Because we live here. Me, I'm in Forex. I've been dealing in these things. I know. Dollar never could do point to be, it will peak and could be. And the only thing it has to do is to drop. Every single drop, our dollar, it's a negative or a debt to Ghana people or the government of Ghana. A car when you go back now, check a car at the same boy when they were in office. It was because of the gold that they were basically selling directly. Because at the end of the day, no, yeah, they hopes in gold and so time gold in the physical. Among transaction we na gold price no crack drop it. So every time there's a deficit, it goes against the Bank of Ghana. So what happens? They say, so I could check it. Add this more. More time. A car Bank of Ghana boy. No majority of them, no, it was because they were dealing directly in only gold. They were not changing some of the gold into dollars. And if we are not careful and change our ways as a nation, and I know these people, this group of people, they are knowledgeable than me. We told you so. Economics, we are seeing now, but I'm speaking basic. Moment copy your gold, respectfully, Mr. President, the finance minister, the governor of Bank of Ghana, many economists, but I know the streets. Ghana for mutiema, omo anantiache, omunim de Americano. Let us cap our gold. 27%, 27 tons, 28 tons a year. Keep it as physical gold. Gold that you're starting here since the inception of gold board basing there. Let us change all that gold into dollar and keep it at the Bank of Ghana. Say gold price echo form there were enough dollar, we wouldn't care. The gold will sit there, there will be any problem. So gold price esa could do 8,000. Our gold there will be valuable. We can take some and sell and make dollar. Because day to day, we deal in dollars. It is very important. Gold we here dollar. Gold. O person we gold we here dollar and now they to gold. So let us at least, and this thing really worries me. It's something I'm a person we need to, because so the Bank of Ghana and the government of the day and the finance minister, someone say, I'm sure the way now gold will drop here. We are done. The dollar is going to shoot up. I'll come back and discuss this matter again. All right.
abusiafo nti Kelvin Taylor ni ntwe mo de baaye eno no opache se gold no de ehu hia pa dollar nso ya de ehu hia pa nanso sisi ehu se sane ama mienu omoye juma e de bom na we ekọ kwantenkro no na we nso ekọ emre bia se dollar no be kosoro na gold no nso abafom emre bia gold no nso be kosoro na ye se dollar no nso abafom enti omoye nkofo mienu bia na commodity mienu bia omota nante ebom pa nti ezese yetumi ehwe ye na ye penny sima sibre anase ne omoka wotwi mu no na eboa ema sese ano gold na yen yewo as a nation no yewo mu se ye reserve nanso nya ni nyina ena ye reservations etumi eboa nanso edu be mpempenso bi a ne ye nya tongues bia ye pa esese ne aka ne yetumi esesa ne ye de ye sika ye de ye dollars ne no so ye de to ho esan se eye predictability or patch say ono no what street ni mo we say we have a lot of people who are economists omo esua de omo nim de nanso or patch say nkwanchen so de eye na eye different no so na eye ade a no e ka common sense ho a odi bu man so a eye ye no nti o see Bank of Ghana and Ato Forson and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama futu we and ode ekọ amamo so police chart bi na sa chart no see over 10 years the relationship between gold and dollars senia edi ntintima senia we kosoro na we aba from ni nyina no illustrations a ode kire se ene no se ye gold no ena ye wo bebre na se dollar no aba from a ma ye ni enyi bebre. Let's not be too comfortable with that. Essence mrebia to come no ebe to me esineti ase na opa se o man bia nso a omudi omoho eto gold nko so no that nation is bound to fail. And opache se Ghana no enunti and all boy sa kokoyi essence no matter what it is no God no enya ade adache ubetumi ede ho atoso forever na se dachi bi mpo se opese wuto gold a dollars ene ye de to gold enti dollars nso e ya ade a ehu hia pa edum pempenso bi a ne ya hwe se ne ebetumi aye ne yie na eno nso aboa enti Bank of Ghana we nsema Kelvin Taylor ede amama Ato Forson nso eka ho osemombo mo ho modern na we de ebeboa na infomso bi a yaye atwam no te se ne all kan se NPP government no omobo mo ho modern pa se nkomo nso ebetumi aye gold for oil nanso mfomso ba ko mo ye ne se omo nim no ene se omo peja gold ne se omo ko e de akoton a omo du ya na chese gold no value na abafom eno sa no emwa kra enti Ghana fo mpenimfo enhwe no munye bibi emfamfa sa ne amayi eho na yento aso ewon semfofo so yeto aso ewon semfofo so a eye lawyer Vincent Eko Esuman ono eye MP for Old Tafo constituency in the Ashanti region of Ghana and all patches say ebe ya NPP fo nyina monka muhu emmo mesan say praye wo hoyi baako a ebu nanso wo kan bom a emu and all patches say emere bi ebeba right after January no na je say party ni nyina ni okodi Kennedy Japan echi o ni okodi Baomi echi o de okodi Brian ne champo echi o ene o ma keka nyina echi no emre bi bedu esese ye nyina ye kan ye tibom na mo nyina mo ka mo tibom na mo hu se party no ya ade a esese obi a ede ne ho edom na momo no mpo de ne ho ye mfato ho na opa kire se ono no yo obi a nkofo nyina nim se oben na popa na po ye ne wofa enti oye ne body na po ye no wofa na sabio na po akodi presidential vice ewo mu se wanya de nanso ye hopeful nti wa ye hopeful na se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na ejina ontumi nkodi obi fufuro bi echi mum ewo mu se obu Kennedy Japan o the respect ni na wo wi ase nyina ema no onim no pa anodo no nanso ontumi enkoto aba emma Kennedy Japan esan se ni nyina no eka ho ebi na opa che se we politics nanso echire no etumi eboa ema niama etumi ekoyi a ni nyina ebegina nkabom eso yenko ni enkotie senior no nso eka no producer mbacho yentie senior osifa kan no
wa ha ebi supporte Baumia. It is okay. If you support Ken, it is okay. We are all party people. Obi oni me political lineage biano. Enim say me normal nam napo. Inti me ne Ken. To say na opo ne Ken to say no. But he knows I cannot support him, not because I don't like him. But me njina baby anso nyede enka Ken ho asembone da. It is because after the elections, we will want to come together to win the 2028 elections. Nti ebesremo.
Ebusianu ntimrenim for lawyer Vincent Eko Esuman pache say MPP for sama ansode waka na manka mo ho ambo ma ene esi edu nketia ani ene ba be president of Ghana isan say na nse wo hwa ota aprobo pa no nam ha no nam Greater Accra no nam Oti region ochina na nani echere tamale na okwa nyina osi okwa thank you to. Yes, na thank you to no wa we asiedu nketi ahonya president utumi ko thank you to emani yeye na ora lawyer Vincent Eko Esuma na pache se we nyina agenda asiedu nketi all building for the future enu nti MPP for man ka mo ho amom na mo anyai presidential aspirant we na ye peno na we na ye peno na ni nyina ya kire mutu aba ema presidential aspirant ni wi party no ena ye ade esese unyina ye som na se ni nyina nso ye besom na je se ebegina nka bom o se praye wo ho yi ba ko a ebu nanso ka bom a emuda eno nti ye nkotie se ne o kan nsem na sifa o se anya saade a ene ye Ghana ha no ye benya asiedu nkentia as ye president
Wa ha ebi support Baumia. It is okay. Ebi support Ken. It is okay. We are all party people. Obi oni me political lineage biano enim say me normal nam napo. Inti me ne Ken to say na opo ne Ken to say no. But he knows I cannot support him, not because I don't like him. But me njina baby anso nyede enka Ken ho asembone da. It is because after the elections, we will want to come together to win the 2028 elections. Nti ebesremo. Yeko yenim no. Yankasa and also making sure say we win the 2028 elections. And yes, idea we are going to have His Excellency Siedu in Ketia. Thank you so much, Madam Asmani.
Ebusianu nti we there from the horse's own mouth ora lawyer Vincent Eko Esuma no aka no ozi ya MPP for manka mutia mom na mo anyai ene ye to abama we otina ye to abama we na presidential candidate no nyina manka mutia mom ameye ba ko a ene His Excellency Asiedu Nketia ene ebenya ena ngofo bi sa say na Asiedu Nketia na MPP for musuro nana quite the same as any more can once a year and this former out. And mamma can say, Obi yin as you don't get Yano Crampo may declare, say Onyaya, or bet ye presidential aspirant hopeful. In Tiabane saying, and a mobile bubble as you don't get yadin, say a grown pona, and say who say, a be on me, nibble be on manesha, grassy. Na ye can no code any CNS adia MPP foi see dunketia na musro no ono so obeya mu ho adwuma kama de amamu esan ono so de waba prepared na o NDC ati akonya so enei NDC nya so de yo there be o NDC ye besan ato aba ma NDC ato aba ma NDC ato aba ma NDC so ono ase dunketia no kura ma amba ye presidential aspirant o so obi fufron so eba begina ama na yeye eno nti NPP for mo so mo fanya esuade na ora lawyer Vincent Eko Esuman emre okasa ye ya o de tu ja se ebe ya se didi atem politics na nkofo no munyai esanse emwa na ye to aso na ye consent fufro. The next update would have to do with owura too many neura Ajagoraja ena o se ebusua bi emwa ne ho ebusua benya Osi dia ebo mu fie ne de omo nima. Se nkomo nim baby ayeton dade e cha omo ko enhye. Esan se onene a eba beto abusua no emu odu pa eso. Osi abrantie bi esuko no makoda kete kura e bia onu 20 years. Akoda no aka ne ho nsem. Na nsem no kan ye na ahye no pa ha no ofre no settings man. Enti akoda no onto ne bo ase na oba ba ya akwankyere bi egu akoda no so a sebe nantie mpo da atwe ontumi nsore mpo na wananti bi yade mantam e na ode ato akoda yesu. Enti yenhwe se ne ono aka na se mesi fa ya ebusua nso obo mokokoi
abama wa muni munabusuafo a bon kan chance odi fa jabraja se obese boy na bra bo beto yade ama no eto mo prepare sika o mo de be hwe o mo de be ko hospital
prepare mo be sika wo
I see you won't get anything by killing you also be chawa me kaka ga
next time oh nyansa
next time nyansa
na that trust man
good thank you very much on your own thank you very much Onye. I see. Akola kete. Onye. Me cheja to me be cheja mame panie no ka. Mame panie sisi e ka mame panie. Akola kete me ni kwa so nya 20 years o eh. 4.8k. Wait, abama wa muni munabusuafo a bon kan chance odi fa jabraja se obese boy na bra bo beto yade ama no eto mo prepare sika o mo de be hwe o mo de be ko hospital
prepare mo be sika wo
I see you won't get anything by killing you also be chawa me kaka ga
next time oh nyansa
next time nyansa na that trust man o da ho na wu akoma etia ya no fa phone their trust settings man why
madam
Abusia no nti video yi ebeto ho na nkofo se na Jagraja wo threaten obi abraba wo threaten nipa no life we de hey ade a wa incriminate wo ho enti ebe ya police fo emra no mo be chi Jagraja na mo fa ne ntume chance nsema we gina TikTok so aka no se Instagram so se bebi ogina ye kan ye na ye social media obi be se social media no si dabi enti nsem we no ye nka ne keke threat na wo threaten obi nso a it is an offense that so be report here you to me arrest still am ani ye so we say yamfa abrante ni picture emra enya no nko a yamfa mpane nso enka ho na ukita kukuo ewo wanim osi oba be she picture no she picture no nso opeja tuma ene akoda no na koma betia ma ope eduro bia edisi so enye ye ya de ne kokole bukura mpo ne anu kwampo na eba be ye west na nkofo se da bi ebe ya Yagwaja na ye nche no na niama bi wo ho no ma ye nka na kwa na sa wo hwe video ni ye pa out me say enya sa brante no nko obi foforo nso comment ye ese oh na yebra Yagwaja yi se akode yi wuku na de na benya o se sa akode sa nipa no no nso comment se we nso wuku na de na benya no ono nso yentwi ni din ne yempa ne picture mfa mmere no na ya twi ni din de ne picture ba ono nso no sebe daachi so ono nso comment wo obi status so a ana obi live ana obi post bi a wa so a nipa no be very very careful afoforo nso se be ya ebusua emfa chelpa enko sa na nkofo kan se be ya omo mfa chelpa enko ma Yagwaja no mo mpa ne chowe san se epo no huru ye aden kra na esan ejo ya nto aso e won sem foforo ma na the man of the moment ene o trend edintre ha e wo showbiz industry ne mo ye Shatta Wale ene ensem bia ba fa Shatta Wale ho na we de eye ahodwiri nsem pa ababa awa bi ono ewo abrochimemu opa kire se Shatta Wale nya ne mpena keke na emom one Shatta Wale atwempena momanya ba efrimu na we no o reporti e de ma bongo ideas e na no o ka kire bongo ideas Atawale no te Ghana hana waya no ho ohene. Onye ohene bi asa o, sabe. One mi awumpo ewie no onhwe me ba. Na we no, ana ye defend dance or king. Ye defend ehin fa king, dien king. Yenkotie nsema ma mi kan here.
It's not like I need his money financially. Fuck no. Me, I make my own money. Yeah, I work for my money. I don't beg men for money. I don't sit there and rely on men's money. That's not me. That's not how I was raised. But what's the biggest piss take is that I gave him just one condition. Yeah, I will look after her financially. You just pick up the phone and call her, speak to her, get to know her. Oh no, that's very hard. But he'll rather go and father other people's kids. He'll rather go and donate money. Not even though he'll rather throw out 5 cities out to man them. While your daughter's sitting here. Say no more. I'm promising you, yeah, if Shawale gives money to that space kid, there's gonna be war between me and him. That's a promise. You know, one thing God don't like is ugly. Especially when a man don't look after his kids. God don't like that. God loves kids. But if you're ready to father other people's kids and leave out your kids, and you think you're gonna get blessed by it, fuck no. Fuck no. I can promise you that. Fucking skinny twat. People turn around and say I'm a bitter baby mum. I'm not a bitter baby mum. Because there's no way I even want to be in a relationship with him. You think I want to be in a relationship with a man when there's no money at home, he goes to sell my tuntun out? Fuck no. You get it? Mali, she's enjoying that life. I don't want that life for me. But what I want, all that I was asking for, is to look out for your daughter, call your daughter, see how your daughter's doing. You don't want to do none of that. You don't want to do none of that because in your sick, deluded head. Bongo ideas, hurry up and reply back to my message, man. We got bears to talk about, my bro. We got bears to talk about.
Hi, Uncle Jonathan.
Oh, hi, Bongo. Hi, Uncle Bongo ideas.
Hi, Uncle Jonathan.
Bongo ideas. Can you say bongo ideas? That's our daughter. That's her. She's 2. She comes first before Mali's one. Yeah. You see me, I'm a very quiet person. I don't like my business being outside. So that's why no one's heard of me or heard about me. Like, come on. Imagine if I was them type of girls here that wanted to get clout and everything. I would have come out a long time ago to come and say, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. In fact, the day that I even found out that he was the father of my daughter, I would have come out to come and speak my story. But no, I don't care about this clout chasing. But because, oh my days, because he went on the Theodore's podcast, it's only recently that I actually clocked on, like, rah, where he's sitting there talking about me, saying that how I forced myself to have a baby with him because of who he is. Fucking dickhead. You know what's so funny? Yeah? He's sitting there ignoring his mum. Ignoring your own mum. Your mum is the one that is making you who you are today. You see how he's standing there on stage all big and all of that? He knows it's his mum. He knows it's his mum that has made him who he is today. But still, you think Mali's the one that is making you who you are. Ah, puto. The only reason why you're doing good is because your mum is still alive and still praying for you. That's one thing he needs to understand. It's not Mali. You think Mali gives a fuck about him? Mali's got a child to think about. That's who she fucking cares about more. If she was supposed to pick between her child and Shatawale, she's gonna pick her child. The fuck? But obviously, if Shatawale's mom was to sit there and pick between, I don't know, money and her son, she is going to her son. She won't even touch the money. She don't even want the money. She wants her son sitting there
Abusia anunti wei Shatawale anonso ne dia anonso aba no oba kire se Shatawale se na upeja wa meti ya hu kokuroko ni nyina se hu se wo maame na bompa ye de ma wo maame na bompa ye ma enye obi a nya mali o girlfriend na one ne hyehye ho no oti na ye de o girl no ejina oni ebisa ne se on choose between wo ene ne babe ma na obechusu ne babe ma eja wo Shatawale ho isan se sebio enya mfaso bia na ode ba ma woni omotena na abra bomu no si wei enye se ono nso no neni na ata ne ho ana se oni dwuma bia di nti ne no ba be ka Shatawale ho asem o se da oti se nyinsen na owo no ko ne Shatawale na enyinsen no sinka bibi kra ya no nkonya kra nka hyebe akoda no kra nkode ne beto ba bi na nso ni nyina mu ne sansa akoda ne be nipa bi na daachi ye nim obi daachi nti no obi nim obrempo asase nti oto ne bo ase ene osi Shatawale nhweba Shatawale dance king osi won nhweba be ya asesa osuban na bra na be hweba ye moving on to the next update na ye koye nima eye oba Efuanash na nse obedi ntre ha wa be fonten tan so pa Monchimonka highway yiso obe trendi ye na den ene ma ne trendi ye ani se unni Efuanash enche be bo video no e de ama o oyo baby oyo content creator edidie o di wiase nyina aduane si nanima ono obetumi adivol no edi no enne ha ono odidi haphazardly na eno emu enananse obeye video no ka se ono odi sika odi bebe 5,000 a day ana Ghana for say hene ha daben na wo oba na Efuanash wo ba ye hu troze bia na na ehyew eni wo comment na ade ya content na fe de odi fi ase se wo ye food content creator enya se na wo ho na to bia ma na ade ya food content creator na omo ye food content creator ko omo nye aduane omo te ne nkakra na ode na ekom na Ghana for tu o manu si obe so na ne ono so be gina life nso esan so tutu bi de ma Ghana for na nso ene no waba abe pacho yenti ensem o kan ye.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are watching me from. Me wa ha enye boni na me basa me be pamacho. Concerning edidi atem na me be didi ye wo life no. Mumu bebre afa ni different way. I think say at sports nka wo me shoes manka you also do the same thing. Me nka se my yard ma anya de inti no obi biara nti na me ka say some of you people am for me videos no but I think say omuni mo ho nti no e reach out to them ankasa I'm so sorry ma ne me ye no nenka ngo say me yesa ma anya de nti no me shrem mo fa nche me say me be kasa rude me nyesa de no I don't do that me nyesa ne ma no kana I don't know dia Kenya me a me yes at sport obi apata me kura na me mbua madwen ho pa ma hu se ne me yen manya de ti me hwemo epoye atoye etifini anafo obi biara manka sa yie ma hanu bia ma guna nimtie bia no nipa ne mfa enche me just hwehwe baby wo wakoma mu na efa che me. That's all I can say now because me dwen ho no manya de me na me si me di say na se mo si me ni a aden si na wo se me ba na me bobefu manya de ma din kwala asempa nti me kyerɛ mo mfa nkyɛ me. Fast forward na me ka say unua nya unua no Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are watching me from. Me wa ha enye bon
abusiafo na ye to aso e won semfofo ma we dey apology no se mo betio mo ma ye hu e wo comment section ni mo na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama uko ne office na ye se cabinet ade semfo bi abeto ho na ensem ne nyina ne se enuma eni inni President Akufo-Addo ono nso onti ade so no it names or the ma universities no omo pa kire se sa names ni nyina ye ba be revoke na bone ben na ema sa we initiatives yi eba na ye majority leader Hassan Ayarega pa kire se cabinet has issued directive to reverse changes made in names of public universities under Akufo-Addo's government. Eno Hassan Ayariga. Na yenko ni enjin chiremu. Or say majority leader in parliament, Mahama Ayariga, has disclosed that a directive from cabinet has been issued for government to change the name of all public universities that were in the names under the previous government administration. He said a bill will be submitted to parliament to this effect to reverse the names of universities which were changed back to their original names. Enti ye kana emre bi atwemu no Akufo-Addo nso bedi ade as president no na school pon bebre wo ho no ma na ekromudin dada na ono ebaye no senia ye nim no holidays bi wo ho no ma osesan ye sanso na schools bi wo ho no so a osesan edin no ni din foforo e na omo pa kire se ye den krata bi ato cabinet enim na eno no ba behwe se sa edin na Akufo-Addo mere no yesesan ye ni nyina no ye sanso atsesa no back into we back to the sender na ye kono. He said a bill will be submitted to parliament to this effect to reverse the names of universities which were changed back to their original names. Speaking on the floor of parliament on Tuesday, October 21st, 2025, into to say, Ebenade ya anti we kura a fresh news kura. The Boko Central MP noted that cabinet has given directive for such action to be taken. And until you see, ya share cabinet kutu passe no so no sa ejuma we no omo fiasie no mo nye hu ejuma ntentempa. Mr. Speaker, there's been a cabinet directive to change the names of all the universities that were changed to individuals back to the names that they were given. And until say wobesha nso emre bi no na edin no eni a otimi say bi as University of Education wini ba sa netie. But ene no akoye di say in sachraye no ye di asimesi bi na obintin bi a wanya ne ba bi ko ni din na ato so. Inti sa individual names here deda public universities yuso no eno omo hwe se omo besan asesa asachire mu amana kone dada mu no eno omo ka ho asem. Producer Ambacho check his screen no na yenko enim kakra na menko so a enkan emfa ma ye tiefo emma ye. Into I say there's been a directive from cabinet to change the names of all the universities that were changed to individuals. Inti as na midi kanka na edikan din a general name but omo de aba individual name eno ho na omo pa kire say sansa chaye no ensambra. He said a bill will be submitted to parliament to this effect to reverse the changes which were made back to their original names. Enunti omo de nkrata abeko akoto parliament enim na ehono ombebo omo modin say ni a yes san ye ni nyina no ebesan so abanachi. Mr. Speaker, there's been a change and there's been a directive to ensure say these names are sent back to their original names. And unti way and Ghana for be a buy and bisa say eh na aden ene say banesa enzi o mine mono amanyo ko bi bedi president ontumi ntoa ade a obi efi ase so ana. Those are some of the questions and the reactions that came up right after this news got into the airwaves. And afofo nso ka say ane Akufo-Addo by Wensi University bia enunti wan hu ya so obetudi enti se nkosi ni de na odidin to so dia na enim se onwa no shi. Let us know what you have to say concerning this particular issue and then all the others that we have discussed so far. Na yanko yenime na yeko yenima yebe etwa so ewonsem fofo ma yesi a woman slaps ani Angela Siama ya grada ni kunu noko nice noko husband noko everything ye nyina ye nim se ya maami agrada na se oda aban kuku no osi ansa no be ko no ana okọ ye kura mpo echi no ni kunu ne chocho muncho Angel esiama e de betu dwa se obehwe ne chiye ama agrada osi di agrada eja hokobia na obebo ho ban including ne baba and including asore na agrada eye na osesa ne ho e di free priesthood priestess e de ba priesthood no and opa kire se angel esiama se nko behwe sa nyama ni nyina nansen and a concerned citizen of Ghana bi akofa sa asore no no se angel esiama ejuma o ka se wo ye no wonye yenkoni enkotie sobo a odebo angel esiama se angel esiama onya bema da bi wenkwa de ya to max bebre
Oba out be mum and I can take care of the church. I can handle the church. Cheseng ogoyen some fun. Chesira agrada sorry. Aye busia. When we say agrada sorry no area for the the hon madam is football pit. Yes abusia mommy and can agrada ekunasiama or your for pow. Hey, she imagine say chi agrada to me. Oba out be mum and I can take care of the church. I can handle the church. Cheseng ogoyen some fun. Chesira agrada sorry. Aye busia. When we say agrada sorry no area for the hon madam is football pit. Yes abusia mommy and can agrada ekunasiama or your for pow. Hey, she imagine say chi agrada to me. Oba out be mum and I can take care of the church. I can handle the church. Cheseng ogoyen some fun. Chesira agrada sorry. Aye busia. When we say agrada sorry no area for the hon madam is football pit. Yes abusia mommy and can agrada ekunasiama or your for
abusia no nti we de ani video no na etwegu no se wo de wani hu ya na chese na se kura nsuo etoto yi eho nyina aye green eho nyina nsuo ata ho na first no na entisa na oba no kura se de esanso etwa ne nso no mu kura ne se area for boys ade eye agrada sori honom no forecourt no omo de adane no football park omo de adane play pitch eno nti ewia ana ekọ enwumre mu hosa no na obi nim de ode no ho beya no wafa ne shirt no wayi na ode egu ne kon ho okonhia aseme kobobo ende omu si post mienu bako e TV bako atoya na chese eno ano no so menya football bi ewo omuntem na chese small post so omo gbo ne se ya na oba ne se de bi niama bi wo ho no ma se wo ye berima na wo fra ho se wo ye husband oba no mpo se bi ode nonyam hye aba wa bra boma se na wo hoahoa no wo mfa ni agro ono kura mpo mfa wo ni agro agada mfa angelesi amani agro debi enne se no ye videos I see enne ono oye messes na se no this anyama yina hoahoa ne ho awie na animguase ewe na wudi egu agrada enne se oni abontin no oda aban kukumu no ena nkofo se we die ehia anya de wanya de kurante be ya onsode na onu nso entumi emo ne ho modern yesan se japade de edijawa na ediejaw enu nti ubehwe so yie na wakra so yie na aboa enchini ma omo nso abanya sanso a se property no nso no beton a eni onu nko kan mo ho asem no mo hu se omo beton property ni na mfa so fufuro ayeden aba so afufuro nso se ne be ya omo fama lease bia na ofo asode fufuro bi nso pe baabi ayo ma sode ewo nti ohwe na asode no ntumi enye wo ho na nyame mfre no te se na nyame afra agrada na ne sa na nkofo bi eka ebe ya onu nso onpeja ne nsa no mbia asode dan ni mu no mfa rent other people and say other pastors and other churches almost on betimi aba be di juma ewo ho no me say space there when you su na say ya na say eno nti we information ana futuo Ghana for de Emma Angel Esiama na almost say dan mpo na Angel Esiama asori dan mpo no ntimi hwe so a ene agrada aba na obetimi ahwe no so we any another comment no nso eba ya nkofo say ene agrada aba ba yi de onue esan se we nya papa papa we die eja we die onye eja papa esan say eja yetumi eja asori dan nyina ede amawo yeja building a whole building uza agrada no ono wo ho no ya na ne niama mama part niama no anything we white are white uhu ne ntade shema otimi se ma me no oye niti pa eno nti na asori dan so no na on fe ni agoro eno nti se uyo obi a uta soma na se wahwe ni videos da omo oye ejuma ewo na simple no se bi obeye least mistake obe kan wa ko sesi a se oye asodi a ye nante by heart ni ame no pepepepe yo eno nti ni kunu esia ma wentumi ensua eye mama part esan so sua no pa ankasa suban na eye pepepe yo suban na odi ye very very neat no na odi ye atu ye no nko no nso nko be sua ma ene no agrada eni ho no nko betumi ahwe kire ama bibia aye kama nko fo nso se insuo to ya che na sania insuo eda su egu asodi edan yi enim yi na che se akwa no ya na onya ade sha na onhye ne sapo mu nsuo enti se be ya onsua bibi emfa fix e futuo ya Ghana for edemani na onye bibi emfa sa situation yim eho na se ye koye nima na wo hwe ye mfoni a egu ye TV yi so a security analyst bi ade abeto dwa se it is an offense a capital offense yetumi chi utum she wo be dressy anyhow especially emano ase amana mota she mini skirt aye busumi we October breast cancer awareness month motumi eja mompokia no mompokia edisi so say bio your nipples are even showing ose ni ina no ade a offense na se obi ekọ report wa yetumi arrest e ma ni yeye o kan yengo tienche ma security analyst Samo Nana appear owusu enso edebaye e na opa che say ye the fact say it is an offense no kwa de to nchen ade a provoke a lot of emotions eno no ebetumi aye dangerous to the woman herself because at the end of the day no sheshe bio ohun aye akono amana broso na obi nso etwem ewo ne ba bi no ohun a sabe so oni obi otumi ewo self control obetumi ato ahyew na chese boni bi wo ho no ma odi edi we nti odi efutuo kese na odi ama Ghana for especially a man no si we de monhwe na monsiesie mu hu ye sanse Ghana for bi wo ho no ma hu siesie no siesie no question mark kese pa na ebo ho enti say ye hwe screens ne so a security analyst Samo Nana Appiah Owusu has cautioned Ghanaians, particularly women, to be mindful of how they dress in public. Or say warning that indecent dressing could lead to arrest under the same laws that govern indecent exposure. And you say mrebi wo hono ma say obi ekoka ha asem sha na bra baba we ne ntade hyemu nya mefa indecent exposure enu nti sa emra no ma ho kan se sa nipa ne yetumi chiw ye chiw tu mani ye. Speaking on Neat FM on Monday, October 21st, 2025, Ora Samo Nana Appiah Owusu explained that Ghanaian law permits persecutions in cases where individuals expose private parts of their bodies or wear clothing deemed inappropriate in public spaces. Enti we nyina no na enye se untumi nhye ewo wawo dem ana wawo feel or say public spaces. Yenko tie se ne okaye na odi ni nchiremu epeso
na o kase mu no o ifitiase no ka se indecent dressing grano etiamra na no hwan na determine se atade a abranti ahye anasa ababa wo ya hye indecent hwan na determine sa de no
anka ne papa mu a sabio upia bontin na ufiri fie ko anka wa wo ya panimu na wo dress na se wo hwe hu se sabio wo yo ba umpoku ye sisi ho no atade a hye wo no e cover kama ama sebe mprabiasa onofo nanon krampo no ensese obi hunu so hunu ana bia niema abawasene bi sugu asene mu a ensese obi hunu ene sabio panta hyewo nyina no eyade a ensese nyina no utimi kata so kama enti sebra obedress sabi watade a hyewo no very transparent na sabi oya oba na umpokua sisi wona anon nyina very transparent visible broni beka say it's visible say you are almost naked ebasa sabi obia wa ye morally upright person bia who the person is capable of drawing your attention and na simple if the need be obema sabi aposifo aso ati say wo conduct a wo de namu ene suban a wo da na di no ya dia enye papa nti indecent exposure for na say example bi a ya makwanya ye ko party bi na wo ya barua na wo be blue ho no atade a hyewo no say skirt is almost like o pant na wo expose chire wo bia enye se bia unam beach bia no nemmomu no yakọ garden party ana se mpanimfo ne animdifo ne atitire hyiam ena e bia ye frefre ye ho ne adi nkomo ne ya entertain ye ana ma no nyina no ense se bedi e wo ho ena fe indecent dressing tani amakan exposure no ne se obehwe no wayi ne ho
wajeja nomam
very good ohunu wajeja no na wode ne deja no e kire se wo ye bema so ye bema oba na ne nyema se odisi no na obi so e kire amansan eno ne sa exposure no dressing no so se na ma kire mu no wajeja ho sabi o no fuyi guabontene na sabi ospam asilimu so de hyewo so virtually is open so on sane mani nyina ha no enye obi a betima reporto ama mpanimfo afraw na ya twon adwena baso se sane a wo ye no sabi mpraduasa utia oman no emra
na se oba na oja ne ho egu ho saa mmema na etete mmema nti bema betumi akopposition akakọ report na ubekọ chese mi hu kwa obefa so report ukwa na akọ report na ya ba befa no obebi ogina na se den obekọ na oni hwe na wo ye ne den embema su kra so pu kire mi se wohwe message se ba na ebi kra mi WhatsApp ankaza omo se ni a okeka se mba no jeja mo ho no omo so omo pe omo mbema ne so omo pe nti omo nkọ report hwe nti ebe ne den.
Well, you see, these are social issues and feel say they can yeah, they are money to nanso you see what did na ho kwan enye ni nanso na e fata yen so there will be ba wa ajeja ne ho e ya ofe no ase bisa say that chen wo mu ba bi e fata kwan no so a ana wunu baby if I start planning so be your fan so ye wo baby kro ho ase wuyi wo ho sa na na kutu ho a anhwe amanfo bebo wontutu na edien gwase abrew ye wo mampanimfo bi kura wo ho a wo hu sa ompetimi kura mpa yi wo ntuma dia bekata wo ho se egura wo hu gu hododo so sa ne man na no it because ye yet to make sure say your social fiber no society no your grow no ye so na your man and your man stay completely sad and they you see a near feet into no your entire shemu type of dress I pim pam and then you could do more yet to turn ya na ebi o ho no mo why and papa atade obeti ma she wo fie na wo ne odofo bi de te ho no wo pia bonten a wontimi mfa saa se tade no MP so no eno nti esase ehu sɛ yɛ wɔ limit ɛwɔ nneɛma a yɛyɛ wɔ fie ne yɛyɛ wɔ abɔnten so no yɛ edem we ọba ha mmeranteɛ bɛyɛ ododo mu ɛyɛ ɛfɛ but ɛma mpanimfoɔ nso a sabi wɔn afa nteteɛ mu nso kum wɔ a wɔn hu no sɛ ɛwɔ yɛ atena ahyia bi kakra so no nti yɛbɛtwe adwene si so na obi so ɔnom a wotaa yɛ saa suban na sɛ ohu na n'ani ngye ho sɛnea meka yi ɔbɛtena repɔto mpanimfoɔ afrɛ wo na ebi a yɛbɔ kwadu ana yɛbɔ koko sɛ saa deɛ ne suban yi kyale deɛ ma no yɛ ɛhaw ne sɛ in other areas no rape cases bebree a yɛyɛ investigation no in most instances saa nneɛma yi elidi to
na kyɛ sɛ mmae wa ntɔtɔfe wa no hyehyɛhyɛ ɔmotade no a na mmarima mpanimfoɔ na akwadaa hyɛ n'atade a bɛma yi wɔ nua
woyi n'ani na sɛ yɛyi a wobɛyi
wode kwaada nwom no ɔsɛ oyi n'ani ɛnyi
oyi n'ani ɛnyi
mbɛmɛ deɛ mia
sɛ nnɛ wayi n'ani na ɔkyena nso wasan de aba na wayi n'ani a anhwɛ yi ɛtɔ so mprɛnsa mprɛ nan a onyi n'ani mfa ma wo ɛna bi nso so a woyɛ saa no wo communicate biribi ɛto nkurɔfoɔ bi tirim enti wotena nyɛ yɛ nipa bɔnofoɔ gang bi ɛbɛyɛ wɔn adwene sɛ neɛ yɛnkyerɛ wo biribi kakra na adekode a wopɛ no ɛsɛ abɔfra no ɔpa adekɔkɔ ahu no a yɛte damena haban de kyerɛ no so nti saa nneɛma nyinaa no ɛde adwene bi hyɛ amanfoɔ bi tirim ma ɔmo ɛyɛ nneɛma a ɛnsɛm fra nti ɛyɛ sɛ
abusua ɛno nti wei ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛyɛ security analyst nso ɛde abɛto dwaeɛ pa kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ amaa no yɛnhwɛ yɛn ho siesie mu yie san sɛ ne nyinaa ɛka ho ɛna ɔman ɛyɛ ɔman na yɛtoa so a assemblyman ɛbi kyerɛ sɛ assembly kora deɛ minhu ne ka na ɔpa kyerɛ sɛ sɛbio wede mo anim a public toilet a ɛwɔ kuro bi mu ɔno yɛ assemblyman wɔ mu no wakɔ seize saa public toilet no yɛnhwɛ deɛ nti a ɔno wakɔyɛ saa na ne din ɛde Tommy. A private construction and sanitation management company has filed a claim against the assemblyman for Kotobabi electoral area in the Greater Accra region. Inti asema yeke nkura sebe enye kurasi baabi o nkran ha ya Kotobabi. Eye owura Tommy for allegedly using force to seize control of a 20-seater toilet facility in Kotobabi. Enunti toilet facility no musi no. And ebe 20 na uche man say public there. Na omota na 10 and I say 10 so na yes omo na 5 omo enti mema no tumi use 5 na ma no so 25 but we na 20 ninti utumi say ma de 10 mema de 10 na yankan enkwai you see the case filed at the district magistrate court in Accra shows an unlawful taking over the operations of a modern water closet that has been seized by the company claims to have constructed and operated under the agreement with the Ayawaso Central Municipal Assembly. Enti mpenimfo patche say enye omonkwa na omufi omupe mu se omoba besi sa toilet facility de aboa eye temamufo omo Kotobabi na momo no omunya nkrata na nkrata no nso free chese aban mu aboa mo so omuntumi nsi de omasi no nanso ne nyina echi no assemblyman yi se da bi omankofo enkoso nti omo nso omatro letter de akoma district magistrate court say court eni omasem emfa mom. According to court documents, the plaintiff Prince Sechako Ghana Limited multiple reliefs, including a declaration of ownership over the leasehold, a daily compensation of 2,000 for lost revenue, an injunction restraining the defendant and his agents from further interference. Nti wohwema ne chese court nso abone homodin say saa nneɛma we nyinaa no nso nkrataa no nso ɛta ekyire no nso nka ɔmo famra na yɛnye ntwehwɛmu ne yie na yɛhu sɛnea asɛm nankasa esi ɛfa ɛteɛ wei ɛyɛ Ghana ɛna assemblyman esizi toilet public toilet we dem ani ma mo fa nkyɛme na yɛnto aso ɛwɔ nsɛmfofo mu na yɛto aso ɛwɔ nsɛmfofo mu a ɛyɛ owura Kwesi Pratt ɔyɛ communicator ono nso waje ne din pa ono nso onim de ampempi no or share ni opinions and views concerning national matters and national interests no or the ababeto just say the office of the special prosecutor no sebe useless in fact so bia enni so especially with regards to Ken Oforiatta case ye di ewa Ghana ha say anase a popping up ewa Ghana ha say ya ye expect to say anka office of the special prosecutor but to me atwe a former finance minister Ken Oforiatta aba na waba be buebu ansem bia no concerning corruption cases APA no osi onhu ne sha enu nti office of the special prosecutor no it is a white elephant yanko tie nchemu Kwesi Pratt editor na se ye kwakwaji nchemu na ese woti ase enso se ono no answer no beka bibia no na je se wakoti article wakoti clause na ma yehu ejuma pa se special prosecutor no oye na wo hwe ne nnwuma ma otumi wo se special prosecutor no oyo obi a obetumi act in a capacity that will help him in relation to attorney general. Then so I say to say special prosecutor what tell ho and attorney general satin ho I say that be special prosecutor be kasa this our letter the come chief of staff I say how e ba ne say ne say na me yenko tie nchemu a Kwesi Pratt edeba.
Well, I think look, we need to go back to the basics. Okay. The establishment of the office of the special prosecutor was just a political gimmick with no substantial consequences for legal practice in Ghana. It's a political gimmick. And we said so. And everybody ignored our counsel. The NDC ignored our counsel because at the time it did not want to be seen to be against measures to fight corruption, even though they knew clearly that this was a useless gimmick. The NPP on its part wanted to create the impression that it was taking the fight to corruption, the fight of corruption.
You mean the fight against corruption?
Against corruption to another level. This is the gimmick which brought the OSP into being. Because you see, no part of Article 88 of the Constitution, clause 1 to clause 6, has been amended by the establishment of the office of the OSP.
Fact.
Now, if you read Article 88, clauses 1 to 6 of the Constitution, it is clear that the Attorney General is still in charge of all criminal prosecutions and all civil suits against the government. It's still the authority, the final authority. Now, with regards to the current dispute or apparent dispute between the OSP and the Attorney General, there are allegations against Mr. Ken Oforiatta, and I think it's important to emphasize that these are allegations. These are matters of public interest. These are matters that the OSP wants to investigate. So as we speak now, Mr. Oforiatta is not a criminal. He has not been convicted by any court of law. But there are suspicions, there are allegations, there are matters in which the state claims that it wants to set the records straight in order to be able to determine whether or not he should be prosecuted. The OSP started this investigation. Now, the OSP insists that it needs the physical presence of Mr. Ofori-Atta to be able to carry on with this investigation, which may lead to prosecution. Mr. Ofori-Atta, on the other hand, insists that he doesn't have to be physically present and that he's ready to do everything possible through his lawyers to enable the OSP to establish the facts of the matters before them. This is a contention between Mr. Ofori-Atta and the OSP.
Because he's unwell.
Now, in the light of these developments, the OSP, in its wisdom, then declares Mr. Ofori-Atta a wanted man and issues a red Interpol alert. Of course, a red Interpol alert would not lead to his extradition. You understand? What you need to do if you want Mr. Ofori-Atta back in Ghana to answer questions and so on is to extradite him from wherever he is. And now the popular assumption is that he's in the United States of America. Okay. The OSP, because of its inferior position, inferior constitutional provision, cannot start an extradition process.
No, it can't.
It cannot. It doesn't have the power so to do.
Yes.
That power is vested in the Attorney General. Because of the OSP's inferior constitutional position. Okay? So what the OSP has to do then is to refer the matter to the Attorney General for action. Strangely, very, very strangely, the OSP now writes to the Chief of Staff to facilitate the extradition. How? OSP cannot communicate with its superior organ, which is the Office of the Attorney General, has to do so through the Chief of Staff. Whatever it is, the Chief of Staff then forwards the letter to the Office of the Attorney General. The Attorney General says, look, we cannot start the process of extradition if there's no docket. The Attorney General says that, look, we cannot proceed without a docket. So whatever state the docket is in at that moment, whatever state, completed, uncompleted, whatever, bring the docket. But in addition to bringing the docket, we need 2 of your investigators to work with us in order to prepare to make the case for extradition. As we speak now, today, that docket has not been submitted.
They're still investigating.
Did you read the letter from the Attorney General's office?
Yes, I did.
It says, whatever state the docket is in, completed, uncompleted, whatever, bring it.
And they said they are not ready.
To bring the docket as it is.
No, they said they can't unless they are done with the investigation.
Abusia no nti ora kwesi prat say ejuma a special prosecutor eyen onhu so ane ebeya ontumi ensoro no nye nejuma yes han say nyaama bi wo honom a hu betumi ene Attorney General aka muti abom na nka ejuma no matumi aye se Ofori-Atta case yi matumi ede na baga na ha say na or appear before mo face to face na asem no yetumi aka ni ye no se nya saa no hu no kra na yeyi kwesi prat asem nso edoto nchen a eya Paul Adomochi ono nso ye media personality a ono nso eka show ni opinion concerning political and then social issues no ono nso abakasa na obaje se Office of the Special Prosecutor any special prosecutor na nkasa na ebe ya yema ni kwatena fie ozi onwu ejuma ba kokura eye owura kisie jabin eye na osi de esan twa ne nsu no mukura ne se eye 43 years kisie jabin osi sesi ayento amoka emma ka je se you shutu a en shutu no abrante ne se yemfa taxpayers money ento sa aka ne bi emma no on them na on jojo no ho esanse oye special prosecutor yenko tie se ne Paul Adomochi enso echiche sansem na epache se he's not in support of sansem a special prosecutor no eka no.
You go and sit in taxpayers
armored vehicle and come and tell us you are born in India. What are you talking? You cannot resign. How is he going to resign? You are sitting in taxpayers' armor. Get out from the armored vehicle and go to your house. You come and take taxpayers' money to go and 3.5 million to go and buy 2 cars and come and sit there and do Elton, OT3, Abo Onidua, and then balderdash like that. Who does he think he is? 43-year-old boy. You take taxpayers' money and go and buy armored vehicle. 43-year-old boy. You go and buy armored vehicle, write to Minister of Finance. I want armored vehicle because I'm special prosecutor. Martin Amidu was Attorney General for 13 years. 13 years, Martin Amidu was Attorney General, going to court, coming back and forth. 13 years, Martin Amidu was sitting there as Attorney General. He became special prosecutor. Did he ask for BMW 750, 1.3 million? Did Martin Amidu ask for that? Martin, you said that 43 years old. How much work have you done? Then you become a government something. You make them insult government people every day. You make the politicians look so bad. You heap insults on people. What is that? 43-year-old boy, you come and say, I want armored vehicle. You put the black armored Mercedes there. Let me show it to viewers. This is the car he was. Look at all these cars. What is he doing all these cars? Then you come and pretend that you are suffering. Should I get frustrated? You are talking about frustration. Ghanaian taxpayers cannot pay anything. They can't pay school fees. They can't pay their MTN bills. MTN is increasing bills. They are not frustrated. You are frustrated when you have taken the taxpayers' money to go and buy this. Auditor General, you have to audit Kisi Ajabin. Auditor General, please, Article 187, look for it for me, Kweku. Article 187, the duties of Auditor General. It's in 187. 1872. Get me 1872. Article 1872 of the 1992 Constitution. Let me show you to viewers. You Kisi Ajabin, you sit down there and Ghanaian taxpayers cannot buy MTN. And you come and stand here and ask whether you are frustrated. You have taken the taxpayers' money. That's why they can't buy MTN. You've collected their money to go and buy armored vehicle. 43-year-old Akola. You have a government job. You write to Minister of Finance, I want armored car. And he's still sitting there, pretending that he's looking for corruption, pretending he's chasing corruption. All that he does is balderdash. What work is he doing there? Look,
Abusia Paula don't watch a brofo no me de pa. O si dia omunya omu ye na balderdash. Enti yento aso na yemfemfi balderdash ho ensanfanko ensanfufuro mu ne ye de ko ensanfufuro mu a enyina ye ni marehosema na nsen no ebeto yen se oman na nakonedu agiman Rollins a ono wanya ne ba bi ekono na after ne death no sebi waka ne nchini egu no ebusua ebra hu bebre na aside that no reactions and a lot of things are going on ebi mukrase ya sporty kuku ayindo ewo baby na aside that nso no nkofo bi nso akosun we na se ho baby ensem de edoso pa na yemfemfi ase a ane yemfemfi ase ewo koku ayindo na yenyina ye nim se oyobi ana oben ye friend say John Atamels a wenya ne ba bi kono no oben no pa openasem na with regards to that no so no ye NDC ni mapano na hu behia se ono so ba kwache ne solidarity to the family of the Rollins enunti yesi ye support no around the Rollins residents. Yenko share video no ne yehu senia asem na nkasa esifa etie. Heaven knows where we are. abusuafo anu nti owura Akoko Ayindo leader of Atamels Foundation na papa otimi hu se areho na ahye na koma mu ma na me nim say he was in a state of shock o said den otimi hu se gina ho nyina no sebe ne ho hye dan sisi ne ho so ye ya producer pacho fast screenshots no eto screens ne so na yenhwe na yesi Akoko Ayindo was spotted today at Rollins's residence. When na Ghana for be ebisa say na oye busuani ana afofo nso say so oye busuani onye busuani ani nyina emfa ho. The most important thing ne say sebi o Bible kra ehye yon kran say ye ne omo musu enye den ensu omo sere nso ye ne omo sere nti ono nso waye ne nyame femu de eno nti eno na ye Akoko Ayindo aye hu no ewo Rollins residence no right there in the picture and then in the screenshot. Now, so you're moving on to the next one. Still on the issues of your former late first lady, when you're baby corner, na kunedu Ajima Rollins. Now, you another video be announced so just says that video no shakra na what a chill our man town. What you mean say ne baba ko oba no woman no cry de utimi say ontumi kra ontumi esan say we no e free omomu owo ya de eda homo obi anenso etowa otimi hu say enye easy kra yenko sa video no na ebusua no ebusua otimi hu say Rollins emma no nia odi kan no zinato aye nyina ye nim no say ono oba onu edikan na de odi ekire nso ono nso oba na omo oba be ma bi ono de so Rollins e be kwako yi video no ama na wehu no ahofe no de owo bi na nkofo se oye too calm na nso ni nyina no de esi no enye esi na oba ba ko wo mu no ono na mepe se wo hwe video na just pay attention to her obehu su a wo su enye easy kra yen hwe sa video no mbasima. Enti abusia enam nkoja ene ansrahwemu ano enintru ne enintru nso akosra Rollins ni emmei na ba ko ono nso akwa chese edi esiriye eni enije bebre aba nkofo akomemu omu video no Ghana for say oh that means that there's hope in this country and say we have respect for humanity former President John Ajekum Kufuor ono akosra Rollins ebusia no ne mano na utumi said they had a very hearty conversation in komobono ekoyie emankoda na sebi no musu no mpo no utumi say esrebi eba somewhere in between there eno ti ano nso ade a ehye nkuran yenkone nkwohwe sa video no nso na ehu senia asem na nkasa esiba no.
So much like one of the planters that was nationwide. Now you look so much like your dad. You are the end and I very good point. That was nationwide. why? I think as a children, one of the matters that was faithful wife. Why? I think as a children, if you have spent every time, now you look so much like your dad. You are getting the life.
abusia no nti sɛ na we hu ɛwɔ hɔ no tumi hu sɛ abrɛhoɔ mu kura no yɛtumi ɛsere ma ne yɛ sɛ ne ampanimfoɔ kan yɛ no yesu kura yɛ gyae hema no nti that was former president John Ajokum Kufuor at the gathering in honor of the late former first lady and so Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rollins and so sa ena odi kwachia ebusua ema ebusua ya akọ esan so echichi omore ema omo hu se ejabi wu nso ana ejabi etiase na we nyina etie no videos we nyina epiepie no ena recently owo yin so ema more videos APA even including Rollins and Kasankasane life and a revelation be abeto ho say sanka enye car bi ana bibi ene be save Rollins and somewhere 1979 ho baby no kura no sebinka na waye nyame dia nanso adom bi ene dom no ena yankopon di ne ho afofie ena saa somewhere 1979 no miracle bi ehie with the use of a car bi na oyusu saka no ena jene nkwa yenko chese na sa video no etie ne nchiremu a eno nso ema yehu Rollins na bakosem kakra.
The shots. They thought the chassis was rather the bulletproof and the screen was so thin, not knowing that the shots. They thought the chassis was rather the bulletproof and the screen was so thin, not knowing that this thing is 3.5 layer. Please let me open the door. Now you can take a look at from here. 1, 2, 3.5. So on the shot, only the first layer got cracked. So as he knew that they know the secret of the vehicle, there's no need of him to drive again. Because if you drive, they will kill him. So he came to park the vehicle here. And they could not even put maybe Adado. Do you know that? Do not. But, this one is those days. Those days. Very, very heavy. And it's automatic too by then. Automatic. The ones with the gear at the neck of the steering.
Abusia no nti wey ene Rollins na bakosem kakra to mean say if you ask there you can see your life flashing before you within a twinkle of an eye and now we be say within a blink of an eye but ni nyina mo no sometimes miracles do happen into to mean say we no nyankopon na di ne ho afofie na ye hwa tete car bibi sa no na yes car na automatic na mekura me na me say tete car na etumi automatic somewhere 1979 but abrante ni cheche mu ma yehu yo se ampa na car na automatic na ohwe louver blade no so a na 3 by 3.5 inches layered car inti no na save the day eno na boaye ema Rollins na nenkwa anko sambre no somewhere 1979 honum baby na ya toaso na ya konsem foforo mu a ensem a Rollins dia na ebi no ene na Kunedu Ajiman Rollins nso no bibi esi ewo ono ni fie honum a ama ebusua enhu nia omo kama bi akoyi ne ho edi na da okada ne ho edi no se ne papa mo se ne boni mo enche ebeyi video no ama wo ehu se ne asem na nkasa ekoye na we di ebusua etena ase te se ne ye nyina ye nim no ya mame Ajiman Rollins Kunedu oyo oba bi a ono nso eboa ye with a lot of development when it comes to women empowerment Ghana ha say with 31st December o seti ye no eno nti embre bi eno nso yetumi de celebrate ne juma pa a waye e de aboa Ghana ha say and a lot of women take inspiration from Nana Kunedu Ajima Rollins esan senia otumi eye oba yesi ono no asem no eda ho a on branching fa baby a no kure no obeka no senia etie pepepe we ene niama nkofo say omo admire about her. Other people are also saying say they admire her determination and tenacity. Nkofo ese Nana Kunedu Ajima Rollins awenya ne baby kono oyoba ne ni edin pa ne wuntumi nya no bukata mane nyeye wuntumi nchinchim ne nsa e mane nyeye dabi ontena okwa amasa ensi na interviews bi kwa na some years ago or guarantee now your reporter now will be saying a question basically I catch say this question I'm not answering na on kan no ebufuo so senia all kan no utumi hu say or the oboni ni de na eden amao nanso answer no so de on famao we enankofo bi ese sa su ene ban a ewo former first lady Nana Kunedu Ajima Rollins hono eya dia eya mani bi entumi ensua esan se eboa ema tumi nya kokuduro ewura baabi a sebio ye mu se omobetumi ayeden akora na ba ku bi video bi ano so agentren ha wo Montemonka highway ne so maami bi wa kosu ewo eye na se no kosu we ye na se de ne de ye no ye tua ne ko ye bi san se ye tua ne ka na se ye tua unze nkofo bi esu we ye ase ma ye tua omka yan ko ye se we ne ye tua ne ka na ye tua ne ka se hwan na so ma ne se o mesu so ye busuani o ana se sebi o one Rollins wo ba wo ba bi e na oba besu no ye se o ma no be che ni nsem ye hwe video no mra
for the plot was Obeka ya Honorable Ishmael Ashite Owu ya na watch the me Honorable Akwesipoku Zama West constituency chairman and the Befam Seven Kokoya na me social media some social media me some social media social media and for the plot was Obeka ya Honorable Ishmael Ashite Owu ya na watch the me Honorable Akwesipoku Zama West constituency chairman and the Befam Seven Kokoya na me social media some social media some social media social media me smart masie enti ya ne mpanyefo akunni nya katachie mapa na ohene ba no onimme ohene ba na wo ama na onimme ohene ba no kro kasa no onimme sabadwuma me yenti ka yaso ya ba be boa sasa bi so ebi obi be ba na ebi akwa so bisa na akwa ba mana jasabe yaso de betumi no o na ade na sa nipa na awunya aboa sabe so na ameboa o kana makwa na ne kwa be so so na pa no wantimi akwa nkodja no kasa wo mu kura na wutimi wo se bi akra na ho ba na ye wo na sabe so onipa de se na ba be so Ghana a menya ne so mfa so no awunya mba ba be so a na wo abrante wa wo metimi awo wo abeka kire me se mon cha man social media ba bia se ma ba Rollins fia anya ne mani bi obi apam me enipa ne se mofti me fa police na se soldier papa me enti de tie no no na ma mfa usu
abusia anu nti maame no nasem ena mo fanche mi ona asem no kwa no me kwa ne se mese maami pa che se ono no sebe se wo kraman po na wawu a nipa won kaye enti eze so ono nso di ni die ene che se nia ese na fata edema former first lady awenya ne ba bi ko enti okọ fie ho a wanko ho e wa adwembo ni bia so okọ so okosu na o si de ha no pa ne se abrantie bi onye police ni oni baby abrantie ni fi abrantie ni se ha no yensu aha yensu nti o ma pamo no o se abrantie a o yesa no o de wo manyame esa se nya hwekura no otumi wo ma ne yeye o ye ne efunu mo ba enso wanya de wa mama yensu nti o se social media mo fa nkoto ho na Rollins manu hu se omo ni na ni ni yes abrantie ni titiro anya Rollins manu po na ye bibi o sa brantie na opamo no se dachi o sha o baby a ono be face pa aha Pinaxtv bo modi neja o likes or comments and our shares and so MIA that for you better us with more updates now producer producer mama te say ya mama su ana osu no ebi ana ye ken unye too sure you know we say ye show workings we give evidence to everything that we say enti yankoje sa video ya mami esu a few moments later ba ya they are on best or better not and yankoje mbra.
A few moments later.
That's any panel when you have 7 years. O can I go and the best so I'm a panel when you have Jano Casa Mukurana, which no say be a Kaman and Family. Not 7 years on, or Nipa the Senate about the summer Ghana. Abenya so fast when we number ba besua na wo abranti wa wo metimi awo ada ka kire me say mon cha man social media ba bia say maba rolling sifia anya ne mani bi obi apam me enipa ne semofti me fan police and say soldier apam me enti de atie no no na man beto usuo yes ye na kasa nkofo suo yes gisa na wo ya oh de binana me dia yawa meti o mi mu bibi
A few moments later.
That's any panel when you have 7 years on Amboa. O can I go and the crowd best so I'm a panel when you have Jano Casa Mukurana, which no say be a Kaman and Family. Not 7 years on, or Nipa the Senate about the summer Ghana. Abenya so fast when we number ba besua. Na wo abranti wa wo metimi awo ada ka kire me say me se mon cha man social media ba bia say maba rolling sifia anya ne mani bi obi apam me enipa ne semofti me fan police and say soldier apam me enti de atie no no na man beto